Welcome back inside the Comerica Center, and we have our ACHA pregame show for the second game of the day as the Lindenwood Lions getting ready to tangle with the Minot State Beavers. I'm Thomas, that's Todd, and we're going to get you everything you need to know about this one before we start. And Todd, one of the best places to start, the big guys in net.
It is. Every game is determined by big guys in the net. As we know, due to a lower body injury, Braden Efforts will not play today. And Joshua Bykowski starts in net. They really don't lose a lot with him. Bykowski, 6'1", 170, 1-0 in this tournament with a 1.74 GA. And then Efforts played really well himself. He was 1-0 with a 2.80 GA. And Bykowski's save percentage is over 90, which is very good for a goalie.
Yeah, he had won, I believe it was 14 games in the regular season. So as you said, not a big drop off there. Meanwhile, for Lindenwood, there's no question about who's going to be starting in net. Cooper C-Dot's been their man all season.
C-Dot is 25-0. He's undefeated this season. What an incredible record. Obviously, he's 2-0 in this tournament with a 2 GAA and a save percentage of about 90%. He's on his game.
Yeah, and those are the guys that are going to be the big guys in back that got to keep the biscuit out of the basket. But now there's going to be two guys trying to put the biscuit in the basket. One of them's having a far better time doing that in the tournament than he did in the regular season, and that's Kyle Lipinski.
What an incredible story. Kyle Lipinski has only scored 1 goal during the regular season. He has 3 in this tournament. He's a +1 on the ice, which is a critical stat.
Yep, because that means he's playing the good defense as well as helping out on the offense as kind of unexpectedly, as you said, with only the 1 regular season goal. Meanwhile, on the other side, pretty much expected for Lindenwood, Ryan Finnegan doing a lot of work in this tournament.
4 goals in this tournament, a +4, or a +2, excuse me. A tremendous tournament. He's a leader on this hockey team.
Yeah, you got to feel like he's in the running. If Lindenwood should be end up being the national champions of the ACHA, he might be hoisting an MVP trophy as well. But before we kick it on over to the guys in the booth who are going to call it, Todd, give me some what you find to be the key points here for each team.
Minot State, to me, they came out passive against Adrian in the first and second period. They can't do that against Lindenwood. They must come out aggressive and at the same time become more defensive oriented in order to pull this upset. Defense and great goaltending wins championships.
Absolutely.
For Lindenwood, they haven't played from behind much at all this season. How are they going to react in a championship semifinal if they fall behind? That's why it's important for Minot State to get the first goal of the hockey game.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny how this time of year, just how all the hockey cliches come out, but they're cliches because they're right. First goal in any game, no matter what, is just so critical because you can relax. You can take a little bit of a breath. Not relax your play, but you can feel good. Okay, we got one, guys. Now let's settle in here. But if you're behind, it's, oh no, now we're behind one. We haven't seen one go in yet. It could be trouble for us.
The pace of this game is going to be quite a contrast from the last one between Iowa State and Michigan Dearborn. This is going to be up and down like basketball on ice. These teams play wide open.
Yep, let's go ahead and send it over to the guys in the booth. This was your ACHA pregame show.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Todd. The marathon match between Iowa State and Michigan Dearborn is over.
It, brother.
This one just beginning from the Comerica Center in Frisco,
Did we do
Texas.
good or what?
2019
It's that
ACHA
easy, my man.
Championships presented by the ACHA
If we
Network.
would needed more, I had more.
Matchup
You know,
featuring
we
the
should have
number
talked
6
about
Minot State University Beavers
special
and the number
teams.
1
We can do that in
Lindenwood
between the
University
periods.
Lions. Hi, everybody. I'm Cristiano Simnetta, joined alongside by Quinn Cussy. Justin DeVillis will join us.
Well, we have stats. Look at the power play and the penalty kill. The Lindenwood scores on a power play. I've got great stats.
Storyline tonight in Frisco.
Yeah, the Lindenwood Lions, they were beaten by Adrian, and the Beavers were taken down by Illinois. You know, Minot and Lindenwood, they might not have played each other in the regular season, but these are 2 programs that know each other really, really well, and I'm expecting them to play a tough game against one another today.
It should be a lot of fun. The Lions were ousted by Adrian while the Beavers were taken down by Illinois last year. Minot State and Lindenwood may not have played a game against each other in the regular season, but the programs have a history clashing against one another, most notably in the national championship 6 years ago. And it was a great one. Minot beat Lindenwood 9-5. So should we expect tonight's matchup to be a blowout in terms of offense, or should it be a little bit defensive-minded on both sides?
Oh, I think we're going to have a very offensive game here. I wouldn't be surprised if we get 8, 9, maybe even 10 goals.
Hold on, you're getting a little ahead of yourself, or do you really think that these two teams, high-powered offenses coming together, but they also have some great netminders too, which we'll get to a little bit?
They do have some great netminders, but they have two great netminders that haven't really looked that great in this tournament. You have Cooper Cdot with an .895 save percentage, and you had Braden Efforts with an .882 save percentage. Braden Efforts goes down in the last game. Joshua Bykowski steps in for him, put up a .909 save percentage, and we'll see what they can do in this one.
Iowa State awaits for either the Beavers or the Lions. It'll take 60 minutes or more to find out exactly who. We're just moments from puck drop, so let's send it down to ice level with public press announcer Andy Storrs.
Men's Division I National Championship Tournament, hosted by the Frisco Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Dallas Stars, and the Children's Health Stars Center Ice Rinks. This is ACHA Public Address Announcer Andy Storrs. Today's national semifinal game number 2, game number 18 on the week, features on the visiting bench the number 6 ranked Minot State University Beavers. And on the home team bench, the number 1 ranked Lindenwood University Lions. Let's meet the starting lineups for this evening's game, beginning with Minot State. In goal, a junior from Vermilion, Alberta, number 39, Joshua Bykowski. On defense, a grad student from Lake Lenore, Saskatchewan, number 51, Eric Bollifer. On defense, a junior from Grand Prairie, Alberta, number 59, Kyle Lipinski. At center, a senior from Medicine Hat, Alberta, number 37, Dylan Gatos. At left wing, a grad student from Wadena, Saskatchewan, number 61, Shane Sheschuk. And at right wing, a junior from Portage-la Prairie, Manitoba, number 74, Joel Swedlow. The head coach of the Beavers is Wade Regier. His assistant is Wyatt Waselenchuk. The athletic trainer is Robin Gust. And now let's meet the starting lineups for the home team bench. The Lindenwood Lions. In goal, a sophomore from Northville, Michigan, number 30, Cooper Cdot. On defense, a junior from Camarillo, California, number 8, Austin Wilk. On defense, a junior from Helsinki, Finland, number 25, Apo Nurmanen. At center, a senior from St. Louis, Missouri, number 9, Tommy Heinzen. At left wing, a sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, number 23, Zach Mitchell. And at right wing, a grad student from Lockport, Illinois, number 11, Michael Lozano. The head coach of the Lions is Rick Zombo. His assistants are Mark Abney and Gary Gardner. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise and kindly remove all caps and join me, soloist Andy Storrs and organist Gary Lichthart, in the singing and playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red flare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Andy Stores, terrific as usual. Hi, everybody. I'm Cristiano Semeno, joined alongside by Quinn Kuski. Justin DeVillis is down at ice level. We heard the announcements of the head coaches for both of these teams, Minot State and Lindenwood. They're pretty similar. Wade Regier, head coach for the Minot State Beavers, 35 years old, ACHA Coach of the Year in 2013 and 2017. Hired as an assistant coach for Minot in 2008, promoted to head coach in 2010. At the other end, Lindenwood head coach Rick Zombo, 55 years old, ACHA head coach of the year in 2016. Hired as an assistant coach in Lindenwood in 2008. And then promoted to head coach in 2009. So as different in terms of the resumes between these two bench bosses have been, Quinn, two successful programs coming to clash together tonight in the semifinal.
Yeah, there's one thing you can always count on with this tournament, and it's that you're going to see Lindenwood and you're going to see Minot. Last year, Minot was #1. This year, it's Lindenwood that's #1. So a little bit of a flip of the script in that sense, but no surprise to see these two powerhouses here.
A rematch of the 2013 ACHA National Championship starts right now as Eric Bolifer behind his own goal. A fifth-year grad student settles things down for Minot State, who will go from right to left in the first period. Lindenwood goes from left to right. And Shane Sheshuk fires one to the opposite blue line where it's Nurmanen who tips it over to the benches. And Tommy Heinzen plays it back for the Finnish defenseman in Nurmanen over to Austin Wilk. Wilk to the middle area. It's Mike Lozano gaining the blue line, dropping one for Zach Mitchell, the Chicago native. And at the near side corner we go in a tie up with Kyle Lipinski, who had 2 goals against Adrian yesterday. And his resume in terms of his offensive performance, Lipinski, looks very different from the regular season to the playoffs.
Yeah, Lipinski's already scored more goals in this tournament than he did in the entire regular season. I don't know where this is coming from, but if you're Lipinski, keep doing what you're doing.
Townsend to Mitchell and wrapped in for Lindenwood to the near side corner where it's Jordan Klimovsky, the CSCHL All-Defensive MVP and the CSCHL Playoff MVP. It's Finnegan, the right wing side. Over for Townsend. And back for the rookie phenom, number 17 in white, for Kyler Newman, who goes in deep. And Austin Killian lets it go to the near side corner now for number 78, Davis Sheldon, who scored a goal against Illinois that turned out to be the game winner. Kyler Newman in his own zone along the goal line. Drops one for Townsend. Jake Townsend, we'll talk about him throughout the day. 2 points in 2 games in the national tournament. 40 points in the regular season, leading their team in scoring. Not often you see a blue liner lead offensively, especially for Lindenwood, who always has those offensive superstars.
Yeah, definitely not something you're used to seeing out of this team, and they definitely have the offensive superstar in Ryan Finnegan, like you talked about.
It's Brendan Murphy on your screen right now. He had a hit from behind, a board. He was kicked out of the game, a game disqualification, but it was not a suspension as he's eligible with the puck right now. Red line, blue line, right wing side in the Minot zone. He's bumped down a bit by number 67, Rhett Locke out of Winnipeg, Alberta. And another big hit to the far side corner we go, where it's Minot trying to escape the pressure from the Lions. And battered back in below the goal line for number 10, Nick Green, who plays it off the goal, attempting to finesse his way by number 89, Longy. Into the near side it goes again, and a huge hit once more by Robertson. The pace picking up, the physicality picking up. What else could you expect, Quinn? We're 2 minutes and 20 seconds in.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 20 seconds in. These teams are still starting to feel each other out. They haven't seen each other yet this season, but once they get a feel for one another, this game's going to be wide open.
Murphy along his own goal line in the Lions zone, 17-13. Left in the first period. He was bumped a bit. As now Gatos flips it over the far side. Swedlow along the Lindenwood bench for Gatos again. And dropped it back for the defensive core of Bolifer and Lipinski. We'll be saying 59 and 51 in Reds names all night. They play a lot for Wade Regier's team.
They say they have 3 defensive lines. I'm not sure that one ever leaves the ice. So we'll definitely be seeing a lot of Lipinski and Bolifer tonight.
Gatos behind the goal, the puck taken away, so he goes after a man. That was Runyon with a check. As it squirts away to the far side corner where Lindenwood can exit, it's Austin Wilk. To the middle area, it's cleared now down by Blair Barrows, who scored his first goal of the tournament. He snapped a 4-game goal drought as well yesterday. And here come the Beavers. Bottom of your screen, it's number 78, Davis Sheldon. Flipping one and a quick shot there from Sheshuk. Didn't miss by much over the right shoulder of Cooper Seedout.
Yeah, that's a goal scorer's shot right there. He was trying to pick a corner and just barely missed it.
Lipinski left circle, floating through traffic and a glove save and a rebound try, and I think Seedout swapped that away as well to the far side. An early chance for Minot State. It was their first registered shot on goal from the point by Lipinski. And we're 4 minutes into the first period, 0-0 between the Lions and the Beavers. To the far side we go. As Townsend recovers the puck from number 11, Justin Metcalf. And over the Dallas Stars center ice logo, Ryan Finnegan with some speed. Going backhand on Killian, and a forehand drive was stopped by Josh Bykowski. 4:17 into the first period, zeros.
Ryan Finnegan is such a good player, and the fact that he is just a freshman, he is the Connor McDavid of the ACHA right now. Young kid, just getting started out, and I think he's going to be one of the sole reasons Lindenwood's going to be in this tournament and competing at a very high level for years to come.
Ryan Finnegan, 13 multi-point games in the regular season and the tournament. 4 goals, leads his team as well.
Only player on Lindenwood with more than 1 goal.
And he's looking to add more to that tonight. It won't be right now, though, as the Beavers clear it out to center. Jake Townsend is hit pretty hard by number 14, Adam Wowrick, and Finnegan fires it back in for Lindenwood. So many hits early between these two teams. Some animosity perhaps building, even though they didn't play in the regular season.
Yeah, these are two teams that know one another, are powerhouses, and as I've been told by multiple coaches, those high-scoring players, they don't like to get hit. And both of these teams are showing that right now.
The superstars being made uncomfortable, and it's how they react will determine the success of their teams throughout this one. 15:07 left in the first period. On your screen, a 4-man dog pound out of the near side. It's number 7, Zach Martin, the freshman out of Kansas. To the near side it goes now in the Minot State zone. End-to-end rush from Martin, drops it for Mitchell. A pair of Zachs colliding with some chemistry. And behind the goal now for number 9, Tommy Heinzman. Heinzman to Murphy, right wing. Goes along the hash marks and dips one below the goal line. Passed up by Martin and recovered by the Beavers to the far side where Johnson attempts to whack it out. Can't do so. And Mitchell and Martin do it again. Get the puck to the hash marks and keep it in for Linenwood. Cleared down the ice by Locke, but kept in rather. And it's to the near side again where Linenwood recovers. It's Nick Green. Lions changing. Beavers not able to get out of their own zone. 2 men forecheck and a big hit coming on the right defenseman. That was Cody Longy, and Green comes in offside. And some more pushing, some more shoving as Locke and Ursula come together. 14:16 left in the first period.
You would think we were watching a vicious rivalry right now just based on the way things have gone. These two teams are roughing each other up all over the place. We're already having little scraps behind the play. Refs are talking to people. We're not even 6 minutes into the first period. These players have just started playing against one another.
Justin DeVillis is down at ice level.
Hey guys, how's it going? Pretty quick first period of play, 14:16 to go. Interesting, one of the Minot State players, actually, one of the players' cell phones was left in his shorts. A referee came over, showed it to us, and then gave it back to the Minot State bench. So somebody left their phone out on the ice, and it was out there skating for the first 4 minutes.
Shades of Chad Ochocinco tweeting during an NFL game a couple of years ago. I'm not sure if that's the promotion the ACHA wants in terms of social media use, but great catch by our man Justin DeVillis down at ice level.
Yeah, I guess the next thing we're going to see is someone tuck their phone up into a goalpost so they can call home to mom after a goal.
A nice Michael Thomas shout out there from Quinn Kuski. I'm Cristiano Simonetta. This has been a fun one, and we're just 6 minutes and 9 seconds in. Minot State 0, Lindenwood 0. Back of the action on the ice. Murphy gains the red line and clears one into the near side. Lipinski at his own goal line now for Dylan Gatos. This line of Gatos, Sheshuk, and Swedlow, the top line for Wade Regere's club, and they move in 3-on-2, but quickly swatted away by Runyon. And out of the far side. Nice exit from Lombardi, a 2-on-3, but a nice back check from Sheshuk, proving he's not only their leading scorer, Minot, but one of their best defensive forwards.
Yeah, you love to have a two-way player like that. As a buddy of mine, Jay Sewell, always says, those guys that do everything, and Sheshuk is 100% one of those guys.
A Swiss Army of sorts, Sheshuk, the fifth-year grad student out of Saskatchewan. Back in the Minot State zone, kept in by the Finnish defenseman, Nurminen. His pass over to the right side for Wilk. That shot was deflected over the cage. Shots 2-1 Lions over the Beavers.
Yeah, I'm wanting to see what Bykowski's got for us in this game, but there's no shots on Bykowski. I have yet to see what he's going to bring to the table in this matchup.
Nurminen gains the line, left hash marks. The shot was deflected, and he goes down, and he'll skate to his own bench as the Minot bench is up and active, and that's what you want to see, lively attitudes down at ice level, 12:44 left in the first.
Yeah, gets a shot from a Minot forward and gets chirped by the entire bench the entire way back. He got rocked, they knew it, and they made sure he knew it.
Just a good, solid body check, and it takes a lot for Oppo Nurminen, who's 6'4", 205, to hit the deck.
Yeah, that tells you right there that was one heck of a collision.
Klimovsky lost the draw to number 12, Blake Fournier, the captain, as Fournier plays with Carter and Wowrick to round out Wade Regeer's forward lines. As Lozano was tripped up by Wowrick, and maybe a 2-on-1 rush. It's Drew Carter, but the pass was just off his stick. A near chance for Minot State to get on the board early, 12:25 left in the first. So the right point, it goes for Cody Longy. His shot through traffic never got through as Klimovsky knocked it down, and here comes Ryan Finnegan. Finnegan gained the blue line. A nice trailer feed for Townsend, high circles, but a nice active stick coming from Wowrick on the defensive side. And here's Locke in front of his own bench. Clears one for Wowrick. He tips it into the zone. Newman had some trouble with it, finally excavated back out for Longy.
Yeah, that puck was bouncing around like a bouncy ball there in the offensive zone. Neither player could get a stick on it.
Lipinski takes a check, and how about a second one from Klimovsky? But he got the puck in deep. Here's Lozano, top of your screen, hits the red line, looking blue line left wing side. Has Heinzman trailing in the slot as well as Finnegan. I said Lozano will dump this puck in for Heinzman, and now for Finnegan. Left point for Runyon, and Finnegan again. His pass deflected partially back to Runyon, left wing side for Lozano. Wraps one in below the goal line, 11:30 left in the first. Minot uses the high glass, and now to the near side, which was Eric Bolifer. An example of the Minot State Beavers not allowing Lindenwood to pressure them in terms of sustained offensive zone time, and Bolifer used the glass.
Yeah, this game has definitely been way more defensive than expected so far. 3 total shots, and we're almost halfway through the first period.
Murphy, he's checked into the penalty box glass, rather, not through the glass into the penalty box, which would make for a great highlight, as that one was as well. Dylan Gatos enforcing on Zach Martin. And Heinzman kept the puck in. Left wing side for Runyon, comes out free, and skating with it will be Joel Swedlow. Along the Lindenwood blue line, he comes in offside. 9:14 into the first period. Zeros in Frisco, Texas.
That's a great play there from the Lindenwood defense to pinch off Swedlow and force him to take it to the outside, because that slows him down right at the blue line and that forces you offsides.
If you're just joined us, we will go to a media timeout. You are watching the 2019 ACHA National Championships. Lindenwood nothing, Minot State nothing.
The 2019 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Aries Sportswear, official merchandise partner of the ACHA. Howie's Hockey Tape, the official tape provider of the ACHA. And the City of Frisco.
And we're back from the Comerica Center in Frisco, Texas. I'm Cristiano Sonetta, joined alongside by Quinn Kuski. Justin DeVillis is down at ice level. No score between the Lindenwood Lions and the Minot State Beavers. A 1-versus-6 matchup in the ACHA National Championship semifinal. As we get another whistle and an offside. Both of these teams, Quinn, we prefaced it in the pregame. They were in this situation a year ago in Columbus, Ohio, and neither of them got to the dance known as the National Championship.
Yeah, neither one got to play in the National Championship, and one of them's not going to get there again this year. And for your team to get that close and just not quite make it multiple years in a row, that hurts.
You know what else hurts? A couple of the body checks that have been dished out in this hockey game early between these two bruising teams.
Yeah, we're getting to a point now, if these hits keep going, are either one of these teams going to have a team a roster to put on the ice to take on Iowa State? Are they going to have any players left?
A war of attrition that you also saw in that Iowa State-Michigan Dearborn game that lasted almost 2 overtimes. So you wonder how the Cyclones are preparing for a matchup like this. Probably plenty of rest, right?
Oh, yeah. You just get back to the hotel room and go to sleep.
Paul O'Connor keeps the puck in. For number 14, Wowrick. This bottom line has been effective for Wade Regeer's club as the captain, Blake Fournier, to the far side half-boards. Flipped into the right circle, back in trap, they score! And guess who? The captain leading by example. Blake Fournier gets Minot State started, 9:52 into the first.
And this all starts with Blake Fournier. It's so appropriate that it finishes with him. He got his stick tied up behind his back and soccered it along to a line mate. If he gives up on that play without a stick in his hands, they're not scoring right here.
And just a beautiful backhanded saucer past the right arm of CDOT. And it's 1-0 Minot State. Blake Fournier, only 4 goals in 38 games played in the regular season. It's his first goal of the national tournament for the junior forward out of Maple Creek, Saskatchewan, and that's our first goal of the game. Lindenwood trying to respond as Townsend in his own zone, but Robertson flies by him. To the far side it goes for Retlock. And rounding out this third line, Dylan Johnson, 6'4", 245-pound winger. And a big hit along the benches there as Robertson collided with Newman. And those two duel again in the neutral zone where it's Mike Lozano as well as Finnegan to try and pick that puck up. But now, oh, look at the nice walk from Newman, and that shot was blocked down. And Longy chips one over to the near side in the neutral zone. And Minot State goes for a full sail change, or rather only the forward group so far, because Lindenwood was able to dump it right back immediately. Finnegan gloves one down, right circle for Lozano. Tight angle drive, saved by Bykowski. Behind the goal, it's flipped out in front. And a big steal, but a nice second effort for Brendan Murphy. He's at the top of the slot. That shot was blocked away to the near side corner. And out of the half boards, Klimovsky's pass was deflected. Minot State getting their sticks in lanes. Lindenwood doing all they can to keep the puck in the zone. They'll enter again. Klimovsky a drive that didn't miss by much of the glove side of Bykowski. 8:50 left in the first. And here is Longy, skate to stick. Cody Longy, number 89 in red, 6'1", 195. One of the hometown kids from North Dakota. As it's Longy again. Behind his own cage, Gatos flies by. And to the far side, a nice active play from number 12, Vic Lombardi. Couldn't get the puck, though, and using the high glass and getting the puck swatted down was Shane Sheshak.
If you're Lindenwood right now, you can't just walk into the zone and pull the trigger on a shot. Everything is going to get blocked in that situation. You've got to go down and take that chance. You've got to make a couple passes first.
Look out, a huge hit at the top of your screen as Blair Barros was flattened and his stick shattered in half. We get another whistle. 8:06 left in the first period. Justin, it's been picking up. There's been so much action early in this game. What's the atmosphere down low between the benches?
Well, guys, between the benches, it's just the same. People are running around. We got line changes. That stick just got broken and ended up right at my feet. So I don't know what it looks like upstairs, but down here we got a lot of movement and a lot of hitting, a lot of yelling from both benches.
Let's hope you stay safe throughout this first set of 20. As me and Quinn have the luxury of being up high here at the Comerica Center. Heinzman flips one out in front. The backhand drive was knocked away from the goal by Martin. A good chance for Lindenwood to respond as the puck goes below the goal line for number 7 in white. He spins away from a check from Navrat to the left point. Good keep in by number 6, Runyon. And a shot from Murphy was high. And the scouting report from Lindenwood as Minot clears the zone seems to be going high on Josh Bykowski.
Yeah, they're trying to go high, but they aren't getting shots through. And if they do get through, they're not on net. Right there, you saw a little wrist shot from the blue line, and there are 2 Minot State Beavers on their knees trying to get in front of a lane.
A shot from Mitchell is chested into the paraphernalia by Bykowski, and Mitchell was decked after that shot. But within the rule book, we haven't had a penalty just yet. 12:39 in the first period. Minot State up 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, this is a physical game. You see that, that's right into the chest of Bykowski. And just about any goalie at this level is going to make that save. Pretty routine for Bykowski.
Josh Bykowski, he filled in for Bray Efforts, who suffered a groin injury, we believe, in the second period of yesterday's game against Adrian. This one is lofted back in by Nerman. More on the goaltending situation as the game transpires. To the far side corner, now it's Wowrick in his own zone. A good pass on the hip of Fournier, maybe a 2-on-1 rush. It's Carter out for the captain, Fournier, backhander, and a good save there by CDOT. Fournier hoping to double his magic in the first period. CDOT shuts the door. And now a 3-on-2 rush coming the other way. as Nick Green gets the puck along the blue line. He's tripped up, and that's going to be our first penalty of the game, as Paul O'Connor's going to get the gate with 6:47 left in the first period. Chances at both sides.
Yeah, we're still seeing some more hitting down low, and if this keeps going, like, you know, we've hits after the whistle, and if this starts to get out of hand, we might see a lot of people in the box.
And the first man in the box, Paul O'Connor. He'll sit for tripping at 13-13. Lindenwood gets their first shot with the man advantage. They are 3 for 7. They were 0 for 3 against Liberty yesterday. And Jake Townsend, who scored a power play goal in the tournament for the Lions for Oppo Nerman. And now Townsend for the left-handed Nerman, right circle Finnegan, back for Nerman, straight away. He looks through traffic. That shot was blocked away, and a beautiful clearing attempt there by number 61. That's Shane Sheshuk, the #1 scorer for Minot State.
This is the duel of the two elite units for these teams. Lindenwood is at 42.9% on the power play. Minot State's 5 for 5, 100% on the kill. Two really strong units here dueling it out. Which one's going to prevail?
Minot State 7 for 7 in the tournament, 3 for 3 against Adrian. Ryan Finnegan down the right circle, backhanding through the high slot, but didn't get a shot off as Townsend goes below the goal line for Heinzman, who flips a backhand to the far side, kept in by Murphy. And a shot coming from the left circle. That was from Mitchell, but blocked down in front by number 8, Reese Foreman. And that will be gloved by Bykowski. 5:49 left in the first.
These Beavers have built a dam in front of Bykowski. They are not letting any shots get through to him. And if you're Bykowski, you're thankful right now.
It took you 14-11 into the game to use a damn joke for the Minot State Beavers. But it's validated by the way that they've defended in their own zone as Murphy plays one for Wilkel on the blue line. Back for Murphy. One-timer that missed the blocker side of Bykowski. Lozano, bottom of your screen. Puck is flipped up into the air and out of play over Kalau. 50 seconds left on the man advantage for Lindenwood. A faceoff coming at the right circle.
Yeah, these two teams, they're playing a great brand of hockey right now. But even on the power play, Minot State's spending a lot of time in their defensive end, but you're not seeing a lot of shots. I would say a good 75% of this game is in Minot's end, and it's still 5-4 in shots. Everything's getting blocked, nothing's getting through, and if it is, it's not a high-quality shot.
At least 10 or more shot attempts at the net by Lindenwood. Only 5 have gotten through to Bykowski. Here's Lozano. 40 seconds left in the man advantage. Klomovsky for Lozano, and now for Kalau goal line. His pass to the high slot was broken up by Bolver, kept in by Austin Wilk. What a play. And flipped to the right side, now Lozano. Down low for Klomovsky, tight angle off the blocker of Bykowski. And to the left circle, where Murphy's pass was blocked by number 97, Connor Navrat, or rather Drew Carter. And it's back on the stick of Mike Lozano as the Lions gain the zone. One last chance with the power play, 13 seconds. Drive from the point by Wilk, another blocker. To the far side corner by Bykowski.
These Beaver defenders are exhausted.
Wilk, toe drag, high slot, lost the handle of it. We're back to even strength. Lindenwood stays in the zone. Klomovsky behind the goal, out in front for Kalau, and that pass was broken up. To the right wing side it goes Murphy. Twirling one in below the goal line. Now for Lozano, he lets it go. Klomovsky's pass was intercepted. And Murphy with another drive, and the waffle board does its job a third time in this shift. 4:30 left in the first period. A flip out coming to the neutral zone where it's Austin Wilk waiting for his teammate to tag up. Hitting Lozano off the backhand. Another chance for Lozano, and another block shot this time off the skate of Kyle Lipinski.
Minot still hasn't changed. These guys are gassed. They need to get a stoppage or clear the zone.
And Bolifer trying to do exactly that, clear the zone. He'll go down through the legs of Wilk, no icing, and that is a break if you're Minot State going full sail. All 5 guys exchanging as we get an icing on the other side, though, as it's Linenwood, sends it 200 feet, 4:03 left in the first.
That was a perfect storm for Minot State right there. You're able to clear the zone, get your change, and then right in response, the Lindenwood Lions ice the puck. So that not only got you your much-needed change, but it flips the ice 200 feet, and all of a sudden you're in your offensive zone without having to work your way there.
Cristiano Simonetta joined alongside by Quinn Kuski. Justin DeVillis down at ice level. 1-0 Minot State over Lindenwood. And the Beavers trying to double their lead as Navrat was taken down behind the goal, no call. Klomovsky, bottom of your screen, pressured a bit by number 78, that's Davis Sheldon. But back on the stick of Colton Crego, getting one of his first shifts of the night for Linenwood. Townsend eases one to the neutral zone. And it was a dummy play by Klimovsky, and Barrows sends a blind pass, but to no receiver. Sheldon, saucer feed off the stick of number 11, that's Justin Metcalf, and Townsend dumps it back in for Lindenwood. Longy, through his own circles, will double back, 3:23 left in the first period. Now for Sheldon, and back for Longy, as Barrows with a big hit on Sheldon after he dished that puck away, and Sheldon's gonna get the feed again. He's late on his shift, so he'll just use the high glass and go for a change, 3:10 left in the first.
Yeah, these two teams, even though it's 1-0, they've been playing for 17 minutes, this still feels like a feeling out process, which is surprising at this stage in the first.
Right in front of Justin, a couple of men come together, and Mr. DeVillis walks away unscathed. The puck comes into the near side corner of the Beavers zone, O'Connor to the far side. And a turnover, Townsend stepping in front of it, and now a backdoor pass was knocked away by some skates of Beavers, and now to the right wing side, Newman. Newman, his drive was blocked away by Wowrick, cleared down, Cedot out to play it, as Swedlow lends some pressure, and a soft poke check to no avail. Townsend, a bad turnover, right wing side, Wowrick fires, and a glove stop by Cedot. You don't see Townsend make a lot of those miscues, especially in important moments of the game.
Well, Townsend forces a huge turnover on one end and then turns it over on the other end. The fact that neither one of those resulted in a big goal, I guess now you're even. You've both been bailed out once. I wouldn't let that one happen again, though.
Dylan Johnson, left wing half boards in the Linenwood zone. And a big hit. Now to the near side, Zach Mitchell recovers the puck. After Green was dumped. Austin Wilk, top of your screen. Pass out in front and a tip play coming from number 22. That was Hayden Ursulak, the freshman, looking for his first point of the tournament. It would have been a big one, as that would have tied the game up at 1:49 left in the first. Minot to clear. It's Locke who does the job. Mitchell circles around that Dallas Stars center ice logo. Backhands one in, doesn't get too far though. And it's a 2-on-4 rush for Minot State, as this is Justin Metcalf who got the scoring started against Illinois a couple of games ago. Wilk is cross-checked to the ice by number 78 Sheldon, no call. As Lindenwood already 0 for 1 on the power play. 1:20 left in the first period. Murphy skating free and will try to hit Lozano, but Lindenwood just a little bit off the mark in this first period. 18:47 into the opening frame, 1-0 Beavers, who will have an offensive zone faceoff.
Yeah, and that is, you said it right there, Lindenwood just a little bit off the mark. And outside of that one Minot goal, that's the story of this period. Both teams just a little bit off the mark. And whichever team winds up pulling out this game, if you can't do that in the national championship game, Iowa State will make you pay early and often every mistake they capitalize on.
Fournier won the draw back for O'Connor. His shot goes wide. To the right side, it goes for Austin Killian, the junior forward, playing defense today, paired with O'Connor on the second line. You want to talk about Sheshuk being a Swiss Army knife? How about Killian playing two positions this season for Wade Regere's club and doing both with great success? Down to the last minute of the first period, Wowrick at the puck, skipped over his stick. To the left circle, it's O'Connor, trailing one below the goal line. Carter for Fournier, who got the scoring started. For Minot State, the captain, leading by example with a backhander from the low slot that beats Cedot over the right arm. On your screen right now, a 2-on-2 matchup along the far side corner. Murphy and Wowrick looking for it. It's Killian at the right wing side, who dumps the puck in. For Wowrick, a spinning pass, looking for O'Connor and hits him. And O'Connor takes his time, sends it for Carter, who's met by Murphy with a check. Puck off the short glass, Gato swaps it back in. And it's Heinzman behind his own goal for Wilk, and Murphy again. For Mitchell. Through to the neutral zone, now Lozano, who loses his footing, gets checked to the ice by O'Connor, but the puck somehow goes into the Minot State zone to end this first period. Lindenwood, nothing. Minot State 1. Were you a little surprised at this, Quinn? After seeing Lindenwood's ability to score and score quickly, they only trailed for 2 minutes and 9 seconds coming into this game of the tournament, and they were trailing for the latter portion of that first.
Yeah, and I don't think Lindenwood was prepared for Minot's physicality coming into this game. We've seen physical play from Minot, but not to this level. Every single Lindenwood player that touches the puck, either while it's on their stick or the second it leaves it, they take a shot, and it's making them hesitate a bit more, and it's slowing down their play, and it's starting to stall out their offense.
And it's been pretty interesting to see how Lindenwood has responded after going down one goal, and Minot State seemingly amping the pressure up. They've been able to get into Lindenwood's zone and provide some offense. This game could easily be 2-0 if it wasn't for that save, that glove stop by Cooper Cedon and Adam Wowrick.
Yeah, it could easily be 2-0, and there you see the difference. We had the back-to-back defensive zone turnovers from both teams, and you see the difference in their styles based on the way each team reacts. Lindenwood relied on Cooper Cedon to bail them out and make a fantastic save. Minot immediately swarms that puck, and there's never even a shot on goal.
The Beavers take a 1-0 lead into the second period. That'll do it for us this period. We're going to send it to a commercial break. When we come back, it'll be Thomas Biondo and Todd Quarter with the ACHA Intermission Report. Don't go anywhere.
You know the answer. You studied for this. Come on. Timmy! Come on, Timmy. You got this, son. Pencil to paper. Focus. Come on, Timmy. Focus. Focus. Take the puck. There you go. Skate. Skate. Pass it. You call that a pass? What are you doing? You missed the puck. Come on.
There are a few things that come along that change the course of history. Inventions or developments that reshape society. They usually aren't appreciated at first. In fact, they're often scoffed at. What good will that be?
Hello? Hi.
Surely that can't be practical.
She loves to see you.
But then, slowly, over time, the greatness of these achievements become manifest.
Hi!
Until one day, you ask yourself how you ever lived without them. That's the nature of turning points. They bring us to new roads and new heights. They open doors we never thought possible. So it's important that we go forward together.
I'm here with Gina.
That our growth might not just benefit the great, but the good also. In small ways, and in grand ones.
Dad.
The test of our progress is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who have much. It is whether we provide enough for those who have too little.
At Wilson Electronics, we push every day to amplify the power of communication, to connect those who love and those who cannot live without it.
Skating was hard at first. Sometimes I fell, but I always got back up. Now when I'm skating, I feel like a rocket, or maybe a race car. Something really fast. It's my second favorite feeling. Scoring is my favorite. I think I like it even more than birthday cake.
Hockey heads are special, which is why we protect them with a helmet designed, built, and tested to endure real-world hockey impacts.
Hello and welcome to your first intermission update here on the ACHA network as we are through one period of semifinal number 2 with the Lindenwood Lions and the Minot State Beavers going at it. The Beavers are on top. They lead 1-0, and really it was a beautiful goal by Blake Fournier on a nice centering pass by Carter.
It was tremendous play. It's called dig it out of the side on the right side of the circle, in the face-off circle, beat his man to the punch, dug it out, threw it right out in front. Perfect goal. The goaltender had no chance.
Yeah, and when you get one by Cooper Cedot, you almost want to keep that puck because he does not let many in. And we knew this was going to be a body blows kind of match. You know, Lindenwood only allows a 1.5 goals against per game as a team, Minot 1.6. So the goals are going to be very much at a premium here, and to get the first one is a big start.
Well, it is. Not only is it a huge start, but we mentioned in the pregame, how will Lindenwood react playing from behind? Well, now we're about ready to find out. You know, you look at the shots on goal in the period for Minot State defensively, about 9. If they hold Lindenwood at 27 shots on goal, and they're not great chances, I like their chances in this hockey game. They're going to have to pick it up offensively, only taking 5 shots in the period.
That's a great call by you, Todd. It really is, because I thought early in the period it was very up in the air. I think both teams moved up and down the rink through the neutral zone, but once they got into those offensive zones, they were just shut down. I had to know at the media timeout at 10 minutes into the period, our shots were just 2-1 at that point.
Well, they're feeling each other out. It's like a heavyweight boxing matchup, feeling each other out, see if anybody's pinching up too close, see if they're cheating in and try to take advantage of a mistake. We didn't see that at all.
No, that Fournier goal may have been what opened it up, because that came at 9:52, shortly after the media timeout. Another big moment of that opening period is Cooper Cedot made a huge save at the 13-minute mark. It was 13 seconds after that the tripping penalty to O'Connor happened. And I feel like at that point, Lindenwood really established themselves, and it started with that man advantage.
It did. I mean, you know, you had the turnover. They had the turnover at Lindenwood, and Minot State almost made it 2-0. But Cedot came up really big. You know what? What's really big for me is the Minot State penalty kill. They are perfect in this tournament, 8 for 8, 1-1 in this game against the Lindenwood power play. They're at 42% in the tournament, 0 for 1 tonight. I think that's the most telling stat. Special teams, especially in a big championship semifinal, determine it.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You always need those easy goals when you're up a man, quote unquote easy goals, I should say. And you always need to keep that puck out of your net when you're down a man, and that's it's a sign of the tournament. I mean, it's a sign of everything here, or a big factor in everything you do, just because for that reason is if you commit a lot of penalties. Prime example, Davenport committed 7 in their game against Central Oklahoma. They didn't give up, or 9, and they didn't give up a power play goal. You got to have a good penalty kill.
You do. You have to have it. You can't win a championship without it. Without a doubt, you've got to have a great power play. You don't have a great power play, you're not going to win it. But in championship games like this, you're going to see teams button up, play close to the vest. You aren't going to get a whole lot of penalties. So if you do get the other team to get a penalty, you've got to take advantage of it.
Even if it's not a goal, you just got to get the momentum off.
Right.
Like I said, I really felt that the Lions did that after the penalty to O'Connor. No, they didn't score, but yeah, they got some momentum going.
I expect just a tremendous hockey game throughout. I think it's not really going to change. I expect it to be low scoring, low shots on goal.
All righty, so with that, we're going to step aside for a quick minute. When we come back, we're going to tell you what we think about period number 2. You are watching the ACHA Network, and we're coming back after this timeout.
It's definitely a big deal. The next 4 years of my life will determine my future. I'm gonna need an education to do what I want to do. but I want more. I want the best I can get, and I'm ready to work hard for it. That's why I'm choosing Minot State University. Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, belong.
Come on! You know the answer. You studied for this. Come on. Timmy! Come on, Timmy. You got this, son. Pencil to paper. Focus. Come on, Timmy. Focus. Focus. Take the puck. There you go. Skate! Skate! Pass it! You call that a pass? What are you doing? You missed the puck! Come on!
It's a huge decision. It's my life, my future. Because I'm not just choosing a university, I'm choosing the life I will have. I want more than learning. I want the best education I can get. That's why I'm choosing Minot State University. Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, belong.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Todd. Hi, everybody. I'm Christian Semnetta, joined alongside by Quinn Kuski. Justin DeVillis down at ice level. Minot State, a goal from their captain, Blake Fournier. 9:52 into the opening frame is our only goal we have so far. Shots 9 for Lindenwood, 5 for Minot State. As we break down the goaltenders a little bit before the second frame starts, Quinn, it's been interesting, the Minot State goaltending situation throughout this tournament as the Beavers have elevated themselves as a semifinalist.
Yeah, I mean, the Beavers have had Braden efforts all season. He's been an absolute stud between the pipes, standing on his head at every available opportunity, lunges across the net mouth to make a fantastic save in the last game, and we believe injured his groin. Nothing's been confirmed, as playoff hockey things stay kind of hush-hush, but it looked like a groin injury to all of us here, and that leads to Joshua Bykowski coming in to take over. And now for the second year in a row, you have Minot State with a different goalie than the season starter in the semifinals.
The goaltender backing up Bykowski, none other than Holden Kurtz, the goaltender who played in that semifinal against Illinois. A performance that we thought was a little bit lackluster. Thomas Kolau scoring 2 of those goals that led Illinois winning that game. Then they played Adrian, and we all know how that turned out. Adrian with an 8-1 victory over the Illini. And now it's Lindenwood's turn to try and avenge that loss to the Bulldogs last year in the semifinals, and it starts right now in the second period. They'll go from left to right. They're down by 1. What's Rick Zombo saying to his guys?
He's got to tell them, look, you've got a great netminder in Cooper Cedot, undefeated so far on the season. He is playing a great game so far, and they're going to need him to hold on. They need 2 more wins out of CDOT to get on to win this title. But right now, CDOT's not your problem. Your problem's your offense. If you asked me if 1 goal after a period would be enough to beat a team like the Lindenwood Lions, I would say no way. But in this game, it has been so far. But if you're the Beavers, 1 goal is not going to be enough to hold on to win this game. So they need more offense. If you're Lindenwood, you want to get in this lead, put the Beavers behind, see if you can get them to panic.
And then this second period, Lindenwood right to left. Minot State left to right with the long change. Josh Bykowski, he's been perfect, 9 for 9. Cooper Cedot, 4 for 5 as we get set for this second period. Tommy Heinzen will take the draw against Dylan Gatos. Gatos, one of the alternate captains for this Minot State team, 30 points in 38 games in the regular season. 1 assist in the tournament. It came against Illinois in the round of 16. Kyle Lipinski, Eric Bolifer, they will also be the guys to circle for Minot State as Lipinski scored 2 goals in unlikely situations yesterday against Adrian.
Yeah, Lipinski scored on a breakaway, and I'll be honest, you don't see a defender on a breakaway that often. And then, as if he was like, but wait, there's more, he scores with standing in front on a deflection, which is the last place outside of Zdeno Chara on a power play you'd ever expect to see a defenseman.
As we get set in this second period, Lozano ranging into the near side hash marks. Out of the high slot, over to Nerman, and that shot shouldered away by the blocker of Bykowski. And Bolifer, rather, Sheshuk was taken down with a body check. The puck trickles out to center ice where it's Heinzman.
Glad to see we're picking up this second period right where we left off in the first. Very physical play. Clearly that's not going to change.
And we talked about it, the superstars getting checked multiple times whenever they have the puck, and that's going to rattle your cage as much as anything. To the near side again, Lozano will keep it in for Lindenwood. For Zach Mitchell. Puck angle to the far side. Nick Green was poked away by Sheldon. And an outlet coming from number 93, Connor Navrat, who dumps it around Townsend. 21 and 93 come together on the far side corner. Puck almost dangerously skipped out in front of CDOT, but rescuing that was Green. Top of your screen, Hayden Ursulak. Right circle, dips it back to the point in that floating drive coming from number 13. That was Caleb Ernst, who did not play against Robert Morris. He's played the last 2 games of the tournament, 1:15 into the second period, our first stoppage of the middle frame.
Yeah, if you're Bykowski, you look at Ernst there as he skates by, you go, hey, bud, thanks for padding my stats. That was a floater. He'll stop that all day.
But as we thought in the game yesterday, Lindenwood allowing that first goal, Vesa Toskala-esque from Cooper Cedot, missing a clear from about 185 feet away. You won't see that very often. And what a play that was, but Lindenwood was able to come away with the victory after holding on a charge from Liberty. Paul O'Connor to the far side. Newman bounce the puck back below the goal line for Ursulak. The puck will ramp its way to the near side corner. And now back for Townsend on the left point. Looking for a deflection in front. He got one, but a good stop there by Bykowski. Second chance upcoming for the Lions.
Best chance of the game so far from Lindenwood right there.
Absolutely. It's Ernst behind the goal. Puck flipped over Ursulak's stick. On the far side corner again for Newman, the defenseman, pinching in. One hand on his stick. He's able to flip it to himself. And the puck is fought for behind the goal, but Minot State able to outlet with a high flip out. Will this go on goal? Yes, but the play was already whistled down at the hash marks by the official, and Minot State scratching their heads at that one. 2:03 into the second period, 1-0 Beavers.
Yeah, referees, of course, immediately recognize their mistake. They're going to move the draw to center ice, allow both teams to change. But, that throws off your action. It's not something you want to see from either side. You want this game to be called correctly. Nothing major there, but definitely not what you want to see.
Lombardi against Locke, the center ice logo. Lindenwood controls. And a shot off the glove, and now a rebound wraparound attempt coming from Barros, but he couldn't pull the trigger. Johnson, a puck along the near side circle in the hash marks. Locke digging for it there. Left point, shot from Runyon, stopped by Bykowski, and bounced into the near side corner. 17:30 left in the second period. 1-0 Lindenwood. Or rather, 1-0 Minot State. I'm sure the Lions would love to have the score flipped. They're trying to tie it right now as the puck was knocked down in the high slot. Murphy kept the play alive as it's sent back to the goal line and shipped almost out, but Lindenwood with a keep, and that shot was deflected wide. Lombardi in the high slot, hoping to bank it home, couldn't do so. It's Dylan Johnson in his own blue line. Now at the red line, he'll dump it, but he's hip checked by Matt Runyon, a hit you don't often see on Dylan Johnson, and it's going to be in a illegal fashion, a trip coming up. I thought it was clean on a first glance, may have been a little late, depending on the official's view at 2:57 into the second.
Yeah, I would love to get a second look at that one as well. We'll see if we do or not, but it seems like every game I call, maybe I'm bad luck, but there's a hit that looks pretty clean to me that winds up being called a trip, and this is why the art of the hip check is so lost in today's game, because it's very dangerous.
And Runyon lowering that right hip, stuck it out, and caught Johnson with it without the puck after the dump in. So it appears the officials, after letting a lot go in the first period in terms of physicality, may have made the right call here as Minot State goes to the power play.
Yeah, there have been some calls that I haven't agreed with in the terms of hitting being called a trip. That one, I believe, was the right call.
And that's why we don't wear stripes up here, Quentin Kuski, as Minot State enters the zone. Shane Sheshuk, the far side half wall, as that pass was knocked away by Klimovsky and cleared into Minot's end. 1:40 left in the power play for the Beavers, trying to double their one-goal lead. And in the neutral zone, Minot having some trouble dumping the puck in. CDOT, a good puck handler as a netminder. You don't often see that in the CSCHL as well as the ACHA, but CDOT can handle the puck is better than anybody. As you've seen in that record, he's also above average in a lot of different categories. No big deal. 24-0 in the season. 1.45 goals against average, .938 save percentage. Those are just flimsy numbers, right? Quinn, here's a shot from the right circle. Blocked away by number 30. 16:09 left in the second period, 1:06 left in the power play.
You referenced Cooper Cedot's numbers. Yeah, those are pretty average. Nothing too special there. It's not like he's one of the top netminders in the ACHA or anything like that.
And one of the best historical runs if they're able to cap off this semifinal and come back and the national championship as we get another look at that shot from Lipinski providing the offense. But not for the faint of heart as Oppo Nerman knocked him down after the play. Davis Sheldon wins the draw along the far hash marks, and that's outletted by Lindenwood down the ice 200 feet. Cody Longy skates and gets that puck, but we're going to have an interference minor to come 4 minutes into the second period. And Minot State, the ones going to the box, it's number 4, Paul O'Connor, taking his second minor of the night.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do right there in Minot. If you're Minot, I mean, obviously, you never want to take a penalty. But Lindenwood had all the momentum. They came out firing on all cylinders, took a penalty, so that swings it back your way, and then you take one right back. Don't even get your full power play, and now you're going to give Lindenwood a partial power play and 4-on-4. The momentum swings right back.
Sheldon against Heinzman will have 4-on-4 for the next 54 seconds. Lipinski, look for him on this 4-on-4 chance. They're really flying it up in the play, as well as Justin Metcalf, who has the puck right now behind the goal. Newman tried to clear the zone, could not. It was an empty corner for the Lions, but Lipinski was right there. Here's Sheldon. Toe drag moved through a pair of Lions. That was a nice play as Townsend didn't extend a poke check, but Newman Crosses the puck across the half boards. And now for Townsend, who hits Lozano in the neutral zone right in front of the Lindenwood Lions bench. Lozano, his pass was knocked away. Nothing coming easy for the #1 seed, as the Beavers have been great along their own blue line.
Yeah, this is the best I think the Beavers have looked the whole tournament, and they could honestly be up more than just 1-0 right now.
Townsend trying to get his team on the board. To the far side, it slips away from Heinzman. And now Longy with a nice fake to the far side, and Fournier elevates the puck off the short glass and back into Lindenwood's end. It is a power play for Lindenwood, or rather Minot State, for the next 54 seconds. And it's Finnegan. Back for Newman. And Finnegan again trying to get it out. And back for Longy. Not a lot of fluidity in the past couple of minutes, Quinn. It was a very fast first period. We talk about the cliche, the feeling out process. These teams, I think, have felt each other out, but maybe recovering from that active first period. But these teams have legs under them and know how to use them. Example, Oppo Nerman, top of your screen. Now for Zach Mitchell. And floats it across for Brendan Murphy. Looking for a tip out in front, and Lozano's deflection went wide of the cage. Finnegan, 8 seconds left on the Lions' power play for Murphy. And now Nermanen. A pass along the Royal Road for Finnegan, and Murphy one-timer as Bykowski had to shield away a defender, and that one was deflected high of the cage. We're back to even strength. A long pass up ahead, knocked down by Murphy as O'Connor could have been in the clear.
If you're Lindenwood on that power play, if you're going to park anyone in front of the net, park Nermanen in front of the net. He's not exactly the easiest guy to move, and he can definitely shield off Bykowski. Bykowski's not going to be able to move him out of the way easily, and then you can get some behind him.
6:17 into the second period. Minot State 1, Lindenwood 0. Shots for Lindenwood 13-6 as we take a look at that last chance. The slap shot from Murphy may have been deflected in front by Mitchell. No dice, though, for the #1 team in the nation. As here's Gatos on the draw against Green. 37 in red against 10 in white. As Green gets hooked a bit, holding the stick of Gatos, but Minot State comes to the puck. And could they be threatening with a shot from the right point, as that was deflected by Green off the stick initially of Bolifer. Lindenwood trying to counterattack. Bolifer eases one to the neutral zone where it's wafted back by Gatos behind the goal where CDOT plays it. The net is dislodged and we'll get a whistle. 13-14 left in the second period.
Yeah, right there you see looking for a penalty. I believe that's O'Connor. He got decked into the net and he was nowhere near the puck. I'm surprised that we didn't see a call there.
So you get a shot of the Minot State bench. Head coach Wader Gear on the right. And at the other side, Rick Zombo and the Lindenwood Lions, two fantastic head coaches at this level of club collegiate hockey. Let's send it down to ice level with Justin DeVillis.
Hey guys, so obviously the goal just got knocked off its moorings there, but in the break, both benches kind of going at it. John a little bit down here. The competition isn't just on the ice, but it's also between the benches.
And I'm sure you can't directly quote them, Justin. A family-friendly broadcast here on the ACHA Network. We're glad you joined us. Cristiano Simonetta, Quinn Kuski up in the broadcast booth. Justin DeVillis down at ice level. Nick Green with a hard hit to the far side corner of the Minot State zone. It's Kalow being pressured a bit by number 78, Sheldon. Lipinski exchanging some cross checks, but it's Ursulak coming away with it for the Lions. And now for Newman. Behind the goal for Kalow. Kalow looking for a pass out in front. He'll instead hold on to it. And Lipinski excavates and attempts to backhand one off the short glass. Does his job. No icing, though, as Townsend will race to it against number 93, Drew Carter. And Newman hits Finnegan in stride. Finnegan drops it. Ursulak did too. Klimovsky is bumped as well as Ursulak, and the Minot State bench up again, but almost a miscue there from number 18, Austin Killian, survives a charge, and another huge hit. Johnson flattening Townsend. And we talked about the size of Dylan Johnson, 6'4", 245. You don't want to get in front of that Mack truck when it's got its wheels humming, and Townsend found out the hard way. Here's Finnegan, gains the red line, dumps the puck down, 11:58 left in the second. Now we're starting to see that game from the first period. Pickett's rear head up again as a pass from the right circle. Here we go. And now it's Gatos. The pass was blocked below the goal line. Here's Swedlow. Once again along that red line, but Killian couldn't handle the pass. 11:33 left in the second period.
Yeah, I guess all we really needed to get that physical play going again was the return of Dylan Johnson to the ice. Dude is an absolute tank and will not hesitate to take somebody's head off if the opportunity presents itself.
And we'll probably get a second look at that at the next stoppage as Finnegan muscled to the boards by Killian, and a steal coming. Maybe a 3-on-1 chance. Sheshuk, top of your screen, along the blue line, has Swedlow right circle, hits him, and that pass was just off the mark as Swedlow didn't get in his wheelhouse and fired it wide. Oh, wow, Minot State hoping to go up 2-0. And another steal by Gatos, and Lozano battle the puck back into Minot's side of center. And harpooned back by the Beavers. It is an icing. 9:08 into the second period. And what a chance that was for Swedlow, and Sheshuk trying to lead him.
You know, these are two great offensive teams, and you're seeing the opportunity here again. Beautiful saucer pass right across.
That's a perfect feed.
Yeah, that's on Swedlow. Didn't quite get all of it, dished it just wide. And while these are two great offensive teams, these teams are also both solid defensively. You're not going to get an opportunity like that very often, and you have to capitalize when that opportunity presents itself.
May have been a rolling puck for Joel Swedlow, who had 14 goals in the regular season, but no matter. At this stage of the national tournament, you got to capitalize on those opportunities, especially when it's a goaltender like Cooper Cedot who fires the puck over to Mike Lozano right on cue. Lozano takes a bump from Wowrick to the near corner of the Beaver zone. It's Longy. Lozano comes up with the strip. And back on to number 89 in red stick for Wowrick, hitting the red line, blue line, right wing side. He'll fire it deep. And now for Carter. Below the goal line, Drew Carter inadvertently sent it right to Wilk, but number 8 gave it right back. And Carter with a flip, attempting to go below the goal line. That puck comes out of play. 9:47 into the second period. We're going to get a media timeout. Minot State up 1-0 over the Lindenwood Lions. You are watching the 2019 ACHA National Championships presented by the ACHA Network.
The 2019 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Barron Championship Rings, proud sponsor and championship ring provider for the ACHA. Warrior Sports, the preferred stick supplier of the ACHA. The Dallas Stars. For tickets and more information, visit dallasstars.com. And Southwest Airlines, the official event airline partner of the 2019 ACHA National Championships.
I will not let you down.
We're back in the Comerica Center in Frisco, Texas. It's the 2019 ACHA National Championships, the semifinal round, presented by the ACHA Network. Davis Sheldon, a backhander, off the stick of Cooper Cedot, as the Lindenwood Lions, who are down 1-0 to the Minot State Beavers, try and enter the zone. Cody Longy, checked by Lozano, the undersized forward, at only 5'7", 160. The fifth-year grad student from Lockport, a huge part of this Lions club over the past 4+ years, trying to lead them to a national championship, which would be their first since 2016. Heinzman, top of your screen, going between his legs, a nice dangle to the right circle. He's by himself, though, as the rest of his comrades were changing. Heinzman's hooked, there's no call, and it's flipped out of play. And the Lindenwood bench irate at that one, but no dice. 9:24 left in the second period.
Yeah, I thought that hook was pretty obvious, but something else that probably could have been called that was pretty obvious. Apo Nurmanen and Connor Navrat both going at it behind Cooper Cedot, behind the play, and Nurmanen has been angry since he got leveled by Johnson in the first period, and he's been showing it and just leveling every Minot State Beaver that he can.
My advice to both squads, keep your head up when you got the puck on your stick. And 9:13 left in the second period. I'm sure we'll see the next big collision as a shot from Barrows goes wide. Shot from Lombardi, or rather pass from Lombardi, was blocked away by Lipinski. And Lombardi again wins that duel to the far side. Shot by Townsend, an easy stop Looked a little bit uncomfortable for Bykowski, but the rebound not corralled by Lindenwood instead by the Beavers goaltender. 8:56 left in the second period.
Yeah, routine just about turned into nightmare there. Bykowski just bobbles that puck a little bit. It drops down right in his lap. Luckily, he recognized it fast enough to jump back on top of it before something got punched in behind him.
Cristiano Simonetta alongside Quinn Kuski, Justin DeVillis down at ice level. Minot State 1, Lindenwood nada, which is an interesting score line right now, over halfway into the semifinal matchup, which you predicted 9 or 10 goals. We'd have to see a barrage for that to happen, which it still can, but a more tightly contested contest in terms of defense. As defenseman, Kyler Newman shoots one on, deflected wide by Green, and a backdoor attempt. Wasn't able to hit the back of the net. That was Hayden Ursulak. Now Minot on the counter, 3-on-2. Chipped in deep. Swedlow against Townsend. And recovered by Caleb Ernst to the near side. He takes a hit from Gatos, gets the puck up though. Ursulak through the skates of Green. And right in front of Lindenwood's bench, Sheshuk will clear the puck ahead. Gatos, left wing side, has Swedlow right wing. Another saucer feed, blocked down in the low slot though, and a backhanded chance was swatted away by Lindenwood. As a good move to the front of the net by Swedlow to the far side corner, O'Connor. To the point it goes. Goes below the goal line for Sheshuk, who walks around Townsend. Sheshuk pressured there by Newman. Puck comes free left circle. Shot went wide. On the left pad of CDOT. Joel Swedlow's been involved a couple of times in this second period, but no dice. You can expect number 74 to keep humming.
Yeah, that Sheshuk Gatos Swedlow line, the top unit from Minot State. That's the second big odd man rush that they've gotten. Maybe third time will be the charm for that unit.
And we've seen 2 cross-ice passes on those odd man rushes. Maybe a shot upcoming. Maybe make CDOT try and guess on the 2-on-1 chance. Lindenwood trying to eliminate that, though, and prefer the offensive side of the game as a slap shot goes off the official. And onside, though, is Klomovsky fires one to the near side. Finnegan, who's been awfully quiet in this game, 7:23 left in the second period. Now back for number 97, Drew Carter, the freshman forward out of Kelowna, gets the puck to Lindenwood's side, but the Lions batter it back in for Longy. As Longy and Foreman on this third line defensively. That one's cleared in. No icing as it goes into the glove of CDOT, but boy, it was shades of yesterday in the rearview mirror, CDOT's head.
I was just about to say, horror flashback for CDOT there as that puck comes skipping in from way out, and it just takes an awkward hop right in front of him, much akin to last night. This time, though, he was able to snap it up with the glove hand and stop anything dangerous from happening.
Like a rock on a pond. Skip, 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 and it almost beats CDOT for the second time in as many days. 12:57 into the second period. Minot with an offensive zone faceoff. The shot from Drew Carter was knocked away. And back onto the stick of Eric Bolifer as Lipinski on his pair. But instead, Bolifer is going to charge up the middle, gain the blue line, shoots one into the glove of CDOT, and we get a whistle. 13-11 into the second period. We'll send it down to ice level with Justin DeVillis.
Hey guys, second period going on right now. It's interesting. Minot was the first team to come out and score. They have 5 third period goals in this tournament, 3 in their last game. So they've been the team that have actually scored late. That might have been something head coach Wade Regier wanted his team to do, was come out hot and start tonight. And things kind of slowing down a little bit in the second period, but we'll see how it keeps up.
Adrian kept Minot State off the scoreboard for the entire first 2 periods and a little bit into that third period before it was the Kyle Lipinski show. And Minot State winning a close matchup against Adrian as Joel Swedlow intercepts a puck in his own zone. Number 74 in red, white, and black takes it just a bit offside. We'll get a whistle. 13:43 into the second.
Yeah, and there was that Swedlow unit again, pushing in, trying to get an offensive opportunity. Had they been able to stay on sides, that was starting to look pretty dangerous too. Then again, every time the puck touches Swedlow's stick, things tend to look pretty dangerous. So who knows if it actually would have developed into something.
As Walchuk and Barros get a talking to as they're the near side wingers jousting on this face-off. The line of Locke, Johnson, and Robertson has been switched up by Wade Regier. As Walchuk's on that line right now. Lindenwood to the attack, it's Krego. That shot was blocked, and a second chance. Blocked away by O'Connor, the slap shot coming from the near side defenseman. Rather the forward in Barros, but Paul O'Connor wearing it for a couple of shots. 5:56 left in the second period. It's Robertson again. And Nerman to the near side. It's Barros. A nice deke to the near side as Lindenwood gains the line. Crego pressuring Longy. On your screen, you get a close-up look at Rhett Locke, number 67. Red, black, and white. Stretch pass on the tape of Wowrick. He'll dump one in around Nerman, 14 and 25. A bit of a height mismatch as Nerman with a couple whacks. And they go at it away from the play a little bit. Referee watching it all as Wowrick and Nerman having some disagreements, I'm sure. Good play by Fournier to stretch that left leg across the blue line to stay onside as Carter dumped it in. 5:13 left in the second.
Now you have Nerman at 6'4", Wowrick at 5'7". That's a huge size mismatch. If you're Wowrick, that's not a fight you want to get into.
Carter's shot knocked away by Wilk and a penalty away from the play as Fournier went down, and Caleb Ernst will be sent to the sin bin. And Ernst, a rough go of it lately. He was scratched against RMU, a 6-game goal drought, a 5-game point drought as well, and now he's got 2 PIMs, and Minot State will head to the power play.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Ernst, you just got off being scratched, you're coming back in, and you're not helping your team, which is just a nightmare scenario for Ernst. You've been asked by your team to come in these clutch situations, and now you're in the semifinals, and you might be burying your own team.
Minot State to the power play once again. Nice move to the near side and a wrap chance shot fanned on by, and guess who? Number 74, Swedlow. He's been all over it except the back of that. A shot from Bolifer, wired wide. Newman gets the puck for Townsend, and Lindenwood is able to dodge that initial pressure, and a nice back check from Lipinski, steering the puck away from Klimovsky. 4:30 left in the second period, 1-0 Minot State.
If you're Minot, you've had so many almosts, but almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, and it's not counting in hockey.
And Swedlow to the inside, a shot shouldered down by CDOT as out in front was Gatos, and a deflected drive by Bolifer. One off a Townsend stick, and above the net, Sheshuk. Now for Swedlow, dekes along that far side hash mark, and again for Sheshuk. Lipinski stepping in, left circle. That shot was blocked away, and look out, Klimovsky racing to it against Bolifer along the red line. The fifth-year defenseman gets the puck over to Lipinski, acting as a forward, engaging up to the left side. That pass was knocked away after Justin Metcalf tried to set up Sheshuk, and it's cleared down by Lindenwood once again. 47 seconds left in the power play for Minot State, 3:40 left in the second.
That effort from Lipinski really shows what he brings to this team. That was at the end of his shift. He was gassed, he was exhausted, and still put forth the effort to push that puck into the zone and set himself up and set his teammates up a chance.
Paul O'Connor to the near side, number 78, Davis Sheldon, gains a blue line, right circle, winds, and fires. That one was blocked away. Shot was initially going wide, too. It's back to the near side circle. Number 6, Matt Runyon, the sophomore defenseman out of New Prague, Minnesota. Into the center ice, another good check separating body from the puck. It was Murphy on number 93, Navrat. And this could be a 2-on-1 short-handed rush for Lindenwood. Ursulak left side, but that pass just hopped over his stick. A hot saucer coming from Nick Green.
Yeah, just a bit too much force on that one. Got to take a bit of the mustard off, put that puck tape to tape.
Back to even strength as Lindenwood almost capitalized on that late short-handed rush. Very similar to the odd man rush Minot State had, with a saucer pass that was blocked away by O'Connor. And now deflected for Runyon behind his own goal. And Runyon eases one to the neutral zone where Ernst tipped it in, but not as far as the red line, though, as Runyon will get a second crack at this outlet. 2:25 left in the second period. Runyon has Lozano on the weak side, instead goes for Murphy. Pass off the benches, goes forward off the skate of Fournier, who races in, but Wowrick was offside. We get a stoppage, 17:49 into the second period, 1-0 Minot State.
Yeah, Wowrick was offsides by about 50 feet. That wasn't even close, unfortunately for Fournier. That was on the complete opposite side of the ice. He had no idea, enters the zone, and obviously illegally so we're going to reset and have a puck drop here.
Jordan Klimovsky taking the face-off for Lindenwood against Dylan Gatos. Klimowski, the CSCHL All-Defensive MVP, the CSCHL Playoff MVP, 27 points in 30 games in the regular season. Number 4 can do it all, both ends of the ice. Here's Gatos, a 3-on-2 rush, top of your screen. Has Sheshuk right in front, but that pass was knocked away, and Klimowski racing to it along the red line. Lipinski wires it back down where CDOT's out to play it. 1:50 left in the second period. If you just joined us, Cristiano Simonetta, Quinn Kuski alongside, Justin DeVillis down at ice level. 1-0 Minot State over the Lindenwood University Lions on the ACHA network. It's the ACHA National Championships Men's Division I semifinal round. And Nurminen collects the puck along the far side half boards. And the Helsinki Finnish defenseman weaving his way up the ice. Methodically it went, and he passed it to Martin, who got shoved down, and the puck is hacked back into the Lindenwood zone where Austin Wilk will regroup. Wilk, one of the 6 players for Lindenwood, selected for the World University Games representing the United States. Klimowski, a one-handed deke move. Didn't fool Austin Killian. It's back on the stick of Jordan Robertson, who will hit Killian at the red line with 1 minute left in the second period. Here's Murphy behind his own goal. Robertson pressuring on the far side. Lends him a check. And a good pass from Lindenwood to break out. 4-on-3 rush. Ursulek, left wing side. He's shouldered by Killian, and the remnants of that jousting go right into the gloves of Josh Bykowski. 43.5 left in the second period.
Yeah, neither one of these goalies have really faced a very high-quality opportunity in a while now. So if you're either one of these teams, these goalies might be cooling off a little bit. And as these goalies start to cool off, you might be able to beat them with something a little bit softer, which could be exactly what you need if you're Lindenwood.
And the Lions have under 45 seconds to tie this game before the second intermission. Shots 14 for Lindenwood, 11 for Minot State. Heinzman whacking against number 8. That's Reese Foreman. The third pairing out for the Beavers on defense, but a turnover upcoming. And it's Connor Navrock gaining the line, trying to hit Sheldon. He's got the puck, circle, goalpost. Oh my goodness, Davis Sheldon, who scored on that same side against Jake Barnhart in the University of Illinois a couple of games ago, solved CDOT, but didn't beat the Iron. 15 seconds left in the second period. The Beavers trying to extend their lead to 2. But it's Ryan Finnegan, the speedy forward, passing for number 24, Kyler Nurminen, or rather Kyler Newman. Newman and Nurminen, the defenseman for Lindenwood. As we get the conclusion of the second period, Minot State 1, Lindenwood 0, and the number 1 ranked team in the country 20 minutes away from elimination. Could you believe that, Quinn, before the start of this one?
Could I believe that they were possibly getting eliminated? Sure. Did I believe that they were going to have 14 shots and 0 goals? Definitely not. And the Beavers only have 11 shots, and they potted home 1 of them. So we have a very low shooting game. And if you're a goalie, those are not the kind of games you want to see, because from a stat standpoint, that hurts your numbers. But even more so from an in-game standpoint, you never really get warmed up. You never really stay constant to the action. You get stiffened up. You don't feel as loose, and it can lead to some softies getting in.
Fournier's goal at 9:52 of the first period, that is, the only one we have so far. So Lindenwood, who didn't trail at all in this national tournament for at least 2 minutes and 9 seconds against Liberty, now it's been opened up. They've been trailing almost the entire game here against Minot State. How do they get back into this one? And not only do they do that, but how do they solve Josh Bykowski?
Well, both steps are kind of going to be one and the same. You have Minot, who's getting into every shooting lane, and they're just not letting you get a lot of stuff on net. You're not getting very many high-quality chances. Your best bet, if you're the Lindenwood Lions, work for a one-timer. Try to get a blast through traffic, deflect something on frame, and that's probably your best bet to get back in this game.
When we come back, it'll be the second period intermission report presented by the ACHA Network. It's 1-0 Minot State over Lindenwood. You are watching the 2019 ACHA National Championships. We'll be right back.
know the answer. You studied for this. Come on. Timmy! Come on, Timmy. You got this, son. Pencil to paper. Focus. Come on, Timmy. Focus. Focus. Take the puck. There you go. Skate. Skate. Pass it. You call that a pass? What are you doing? You missed the puck. Come on.
There are a few things that come along that change the course of history. Inventions or developments that reshape society. They usually aren't appreciated at first. In fact, they're often scoffed at. What good will that be?
Hello? Hi.
Surely that can't be practical.
She loves to see you.
But then, slowly, over time, the greatness of these achievements become manifest.
Hi!
Until one day, you ask yourself how you ever lived without them. That's the nature of turning points. They bring us to new roads and new heights. They open doors we never thought possible. So it's important that we go forward together.
I'm here with Gina.
That our growth might not just benefit the great, but the good also. In small ways, and in grand ones.
Dad.
The test of our progress is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who have much. It is whether we provide enough for those who have too little.
At Wilson Electronics, we push every day to amplify the power of communication, to connect those who love and those who cannot live without it.
Skating was hard at first. Sometimes I fell, but I always got back up. Now when I'm skating, I feel like a rocket, or maybe a race car. Something really fast. It's my second favorite feeling. Scoring is my favorite. I think I like even more than birthday cake.
Hockey heads are special, which is why we protect them with a helmet designed, built, and tested to endure real-world hockey impacts.
offense. Yeah, and obviously if the defense is being this good, the offense needs to get it going. Give me a name of somebody that you'd like to see the offense going either way, because they could either team could use some offense.
For Lindenwood, you've got to get your top scorers in there. Townsend, Mitchell, and Flanagan. You got to get them going. You got to get them the puck. And for Minot State, it's Sheldon, Shishuk, and Swalo. Yep. You got to get them the puck, and you got to get going. Yeah. Maybe we're going to get an unsung hero like LePen. Flanagan. They've been the ones that have been hot in this tournament. Maybe they come up and make the big play. But I can say this, whoever makes a mistake is going to be in big trouble.
Yeah, you're right about that. Folks, we're going to step aside, take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have some more of this ACHA second intermission update. Stay tuned. We're back after this.
It's definitely a big deal. The next 4 years of my life will determine my future. I'm gonna need an education to do what I want to do. But I want more. I want the best I can get, and I'm ready to work hard for it. That's why I'm choosing Minot State University. Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, belong.
Come on! You know the answer. You studied for this. Come on. Timmy! Come on, Timmy. You got this, son. Pencil to paper. Focus. Come on, Timmy. Focus. Focus. Take the puck. There you go. Skate! Skate! Pass it! You call that a pass? What are you doing? You missed the puck! Come on! Come on! You know the answer. You studied for this. Come on. Timmy! Come on, Timmy. You got this, son. Pencil to paper. Focus. Come on, Timmy. Focus. Focus. Take the puck. There you go. Skate! Skate! Pass it! You call that a pass? What are you doing? You missed the puck! Come on!
It's a huge decision. It's my life, my future. Because I'm not just choosing a university, I'm choosing the life I will have. I want more than learning. I want the best education I can get. That's why I'm choosing Minot State University. Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, belong.
Press too much offensively, then you're going to be dealing with odd man rushes, and that just has not happened in this game.
That's each team's strategy right now. They don't want to take a chance on the odd man rush. This is what championship hockey is all about. It's so different than the regular season. The regular season, it's just more offense. It's the way it is. When you're playing for a championship, every team out there knows the team that plays best defense and gets the best goaltending wins, hands down. And that's what you're seeing. The further this tournament goes, that's what you're seeing.
No, you're exactly right about that. I mean, it almost sounds like a broken record, and we hate to do it, but I mean, when you get a game at this point that only has 25 shots, I think it's obvious that at some point, though, Lindenwood's going to have to open it up. If they're still down by 1, at some point, they're going to need to take a chance.
Well, they will. They'll have to take a chance in the last 5 minutes of the game, but I think you keep doing what you're doing, crash the net when you can, each team, and let it, and just take it one play at a time, one pass at a time, one shot at a time. That's all you can do.
Well, after this period, we will see who's playing Iowa State for the national championship. Let's go ahead and send it back to the boys, though, for the third period.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Todd. We are just moments away from the third period at the Comerica Center in Frisco, Texas. Christian with you right now. Quinn Kuski to my right. Justin DeVellis down at ice level. Linenwood down 1-0 against the Minot State Beavers. The #1 team in the country, Quinn, finds themselves in a 1-goal hole to start the last set of 20 minutes. Minot State, they knocked off Illinois, who was the national championship runner-up last year. They knocked off Adrian, who won the national championship last year. Now they have the chance to knock off the team in the semifinals in the other game that was playing during that time in Columbus where Minot State fell to Illinois. It would be an incredible advantage as well as a revenge, I should say, for this Minot State team who was probably thinking about that semifinal every single day until tonight.
Yeah, of those teams that are, between Minot, Lindenwood, Iowa State, of all those teams, Minot has far and away had the hardest path to get to where we are now. And this is a team already up 1-0. They've been better in the third period than any other point in the game. They have 5 third-period goals already in this tournament. Now you already are up 1-0. I would not be surprised if Minot goes on a run early in this period. If you're Lindenwood, you need to get one early in period number 3, throw them off rhythm.
As you see, head coach Rick Zombo and the Lindenwood Lions, the home team will go from left to right in this third period. Minot State, as they pour out to the center ice as well as their own bench, the visitor bench, they go right to left in their red, black and white. Brendan Murphy on your screen right now, one of the top leaders for Lindenwood in terms of penalty minutes and in terms of bruising hits, and we've seen a couple dished out by not only number 15, but Dylan Johnson, number 16 on Minot State. One of the biggest hits of tonight's game on Jake Townsend, rattling the glass.
Not only one of the biggest hits of tonight's game, but one of the biggest hits of this whole tournament. Dylan Johnson absolutely reefed his man along the near wall, and that's a hit that you'll be feeling 3 days from now.
Tommy Heinzman's line starts for Lindenwood. Shane Sheshuk's trifecta of Dylan Gatos, as well as Sheshuk, and number 74, Joel Swedlow, get us started for the Beavers, and the visitors control the opening puck drop in the third period. Bolifer skips one over to his defensive partner in Lipinski to the near side, Sheshuk. Wilk punched the puck to the circles, but Swedlow ahead of steam. Gains the blue line, dumps the puck in below the goal line in Lindenwood's end. Heinzman, his pass off of his own defenseman in Nurminen, but coming away with it was number 8, Austin Wilk. Off the skate of Heinzman to center ice, Lipinski whacking it back in only as far as that dot, as it was knocked down by Sheshuk, who dumps the puck in even further 35 seconds into the third period. Finnegan, his pass was off the mark as it was knocked down by Minot State. At a late offside, turns into offside as Gatos enters the zone, 40 seconds in the third period.
Yeah, Gatos thought that he had touched up that blue line. He just barely didn't quite clip it. Winds up being offsides and what could have been a really good opportunity for Minot State.
Face off the near side in the neutral zone on Lindenwood's side of center ice. Here's Kyler Newman. Now Nick Green, bottom of your screen, gains a blue line over the ACHA logo in the Beaver zone. Cleared out, but not without a punishment from Hayden Ursulak. Was off the stick of Connor Navrot. And Green, right circle, may have a lane. He fires off the left pad of Bykowski as Navrot almost tossed his stick in the middle of that lane. He's got it back in his hands and the puck on his stick as well. Navrat has a man wide open. The shot went wide from Justin Metcalf. Who could have had a picnic in front of CDOT with the amount of real estate he had.
Yeah, incredible chance there for Metcalf, and we've seen in this tournament one of the best goals of the tournament, so we know that he can score, just didn't quite get all of that one.
Newman to the near side of Minot State zone. No icing as Paul O'Connor reaches the hash marks. Fumbled on the initial try to send it to Longy. And Barros now right in front of you trying to dig that puck free, and number 5 is able to do so. Rolling off a check. He's pinned momentarily. Longy to the near side. It's still held up. No whistle just yet as the puck keeps moving, though. And now a 2-on-2 the other way for Blake Fournier. The puck was hammered back in. And off the short glass, it goes to the far side, kept in by Colton Crego. Fournier on him. And Longy had his stick slashed out of his hands, and Colton Crego is going to go to the official and say, hey, if he held onto the stick, you're probably not calling it. Nonetheless, 2:07 into the third period. Lindenwood shorthanded.
Yeah, it wasn't the hardest chop of the stick, but it was dropped, and you almost have to question maybe that's sold a little bit. But playoff hockey, if you can draw that penalty, sometimes you got to win an Oscar to win a game.
You go palms up sometimes if you're Cody Longy, and it looked exactly like that. Minot State do another power play. They're being outshot 15-11 by Lindenwood, though. It's Joel Swedlow below the goal line for Dylan Gatos, skating away from Runyon. Murphy coming to help out his D partner, does exactly that, and tosses one 200 feet down.
The last Minot power play was chance after chance after chance. They just couldn't quite punch one home. And if you're Lindenwood, you better have made adjustments or else it's going to be 2-0 within the next 2 minutes.
And Bolifer had a couple of great chances. Now here's one from Swedlow, off the glove, off the post, rebound, they score! Gatos! And it's 2-0 Minot State. A power play goal, 2:36 in the third.
Two things that were absolutely due. The Minot power play goal was due, and that first line from Minot State was overdue by far. And a great goal from Minot.
Swedlow just can't buy one. Gatos with the 2-foot birdie is able to double the lead for Minot State. But what an effort by Joel Swedlow off the glove of CDOT, off the post, into the crease. And Dylan Gatos, one of the easiest goals he'll score in his career, his first of the tournament.
Now here's the question. We're about to get a review because that was contact. Gatos contacted CDOT as he was pushing that puck in. He kind of shoved CDOT to get to that puck and shoot it. That was in CDOT's blue paint. I'm not sure this goal's going to count.
It's either that or the offensive zone entry, and CDOT right there on your screen. Gatos is outside of the crease, so if it's CDOT outside of the blue paint, but he's right on that edge. So as we take a closer look at Swedlow's rush to the high slot, here comes the shot in. It's going to go off the glove. Right there. That right skate of Gatos kind of turns around CDOT, but CDOT also moves on his own. I'm not sure if there's going to be enough evidence to overturn this call right now.
Yeah, you have CDOT who moves on his own, but right here where it's paused, right before that, you have a push. You see it right there. You see the extension of the arms. His arms actually, they start extended, come in, and then extend a second time and move CDOT. Right here, you'll see it. Arms,
yeah, right there.
Arms are coming in, and they're going to push right there. You see a little bit of a shove, and then he puts it home.
But is it enough to overturn? This is a huge call, 17:24 left in the third period. We think Dylan Gatos has just put up the Minot State Beavers by 2, pending this official review. But Joel Swedlow, the bad luck. He's had so many chances, a 2-on-1 chance that exploded off his stick and wide. Now, an individual rush to the net. He beats CDOT's glove, beats the post, but it just can't find its way past that goal line. Gatos cleaned it up. The call on the ice was goal, and that's the key for me. So I think the referees are going to make their decision right now. No goal. It's overturned. Dylan Gatos' goal is wiped off the scoreboard. Minot State, 1:31 left on the power play. Let's go down to ice level. It's Justin Navilis. Justin, what do you got?
Well, I was as surprised as you guys to see that goal was waved off. I was talking to a few of the officials down here, and really what they said was they were almost sure it was a goal. It was almost just like double checking for that goalie interference. So maybe even some of the officials surprised. with that call. They thought it was a sure thing, but no goal, and we're still at 1-0.
Wow. That angle of the push, I think, sold him. I think you're about to say that.
What I also wanted to say is Michigan Dearborn had a goal disallowed on the power play as well. The similarities glaring between these two semifinal games.
Sheshuk along the goal line. Now for Lipinski. He is run over. And Nermanen with some extra hacks for him, and he knocks him down on the ice a second time, and we're going to get a whistle.
Yeah, Nermanen with those extra hacks, and he had just a few too many. He's going to get that cross-checking in there, and he's going to take a penalty for cross-checking. And you got to talk about the size difference. Nermanen, 6'4", 205. Kyle Lipinski, 5'9", 170. No surprise that he went absolutely flying due to that contact. But if you're Nermanen, you've been playing angry, you've been playing physical, but you've got to calm down there.
And now it's 1:14 of 5-on-5 as we get a closer look.
Yeah, initial hit's clean, and you're seeing cross-check, cross-check, cross-check. Probably 4 or 5 times he cross-checks him while he's on the ground, and the refs tried to let it go for as long as they could, and you just can't eventually.
A huge chance for the Beavers. A disallowed goal a couple of seconds ago, and now they've got a 5-on-3 chance for over a minute. Joel Swedlow along the line. Bolifer, goal line, and Bolifer again. Swedlow winds, he fires, deflected out in front by Townsend and over the cage. Here is Bolifer. Slow but deliberate is this Minot State power play. Bolifer, one-timer, glove save by Sina. Rebound chance, Swedlow had the puck go by him and out to center ice.
How many times can Swedlow get so close to scoring? And it seems like not just Swedlow now, but that whole first line has had chance after chance, and it all caps off when you have one that just doesn't get, that gets disallowed.
Swedlow again, the individual rush to the goal line. Along the backhand, he will ease one to the far side where it's Bolifer. He's had at least 5 shots in this game alone, and now deking to the middle was knocked down, and Gatos plays it for number 51. He's got some space, moving, looking for Gatos' far side goal line, looking for Lipinski up top. Instead for Bolifer, and Lipinski wanted the slap shot, didn't get in his wheelhouse though. Bolifer again, 14 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Bolifer, Lipinski winds, he fires, deflected out in front by Townsend again, who will pin it to the end boards. And what a move by Jake Townsend, a huge kill for Lindenwood so far. As Craig goes ready to exit the box and does 5-on-4.
If you want to talk about similarities some more, in the third period, Iowa State trailed by 1. They had a monstrous penalty kill, and that gave them the momentum to tie this game up. Perhaps Lindenwood can do the same.
Sheshuk, puck right circle. Deking, toe dragging, that shot went wide. As I believe number 11, Justin Metcalf, took a tumble, and now Newman has the puck on his stick. Using the benches, will clear the puck down. The pace is picked up. The urgency is picked up for Lindenwood on this PK. Austin Wilk, to the far side it goes as Krego will kill some time fresh out of the box. 10 seconds ago on Nermanen's minor penalty, and Minot State with one last rush if they can get out of their own zone, but it's Longy being turned back by Lombardi. And wow, the Lions survived that 5-on-3. They survived that goal by Dylan Gatos that was overturned. Even strength. And a backhanded pass coming off the stick of Navrat. Blocked down by the twig of CDOT. We get a whistle, 5:07 into the third.
I would be very hard-pressed to believe that 1 goal is going to be enough to beat Lindenwood. I'll be very surprised if they get shut out in this game. So we'll see what they can do here as we go in further into this third period.
Minot with the offensive zone win. Lipinski rattling one around the stanchion. A nice reverse hit there from number 15, Brendan Murphy. That stung Locke a little bit, but at the other end of the ice, it's Martin being harassed and hooked several times, but nothing too egregious for the referee to lift up his arm and signal a penalty. Here's Jordan Robertson. Robertson, who started on this line with Locke and Johnson, they've been reunited for the third period. And Bolifer and Lipinski, the number 1 defensive pairing for Wade Regeer's club. Of course, that's going to stay the same. They're up 1-0, 14 minutes and 20 seconds away from clinching a berth in the national championship game tomorrow night against Iowa State. But Linenwood wants to have a say in that. Hits Martin at the right circle. That shot was blocked away. And Bolifer standing in front of that. And Lipinski with the puck on his stick. But a nice active play for number 11, Lozano. Puck goes through his skates, though, from the far side pass. And Robertson's clear was knocked away. Heinzman high circle. The shot was blocked in the low slot where Robertson is able to clear. Every time Lindenwood appears to have that high-octane scoring opportunity, there's a leg, there's a stick, there's a calf, who knows, in front of that shot.
Yeah, Minot's forwards and defensemen, they're going to be bruised up. A lot of ice baths going on for both of these sides after this game.
Lozano hits Mitchell right wing side, curl drag, and guess what? Another block. Mitchell, a second try off the outside of the cage, and it's spun to the near side where it's number 97, Drew Carter, to the center ice logo. Now it's Foreman. Clearing the puck in, it rattles along the end boards into the near side corner for once again Carter, the freshman out of Kelowna, British Columbia. Heinzman with a twirling pass, missed Lozano, and this one will be icing as O'Connor hits the hash marks 6 minutes and 51 seconds into the third. Shots 15 apiece.
Very low shots for this stage of the game with these two offenses. 15 apiece, 30 total shots. I'm starting to look kind of like a goat right now, and not the good kind of goat, for saying 9 to 10 goals. And now we're sitting here 1-0 still with only 13 minutes remaining.
Gatos on the tie-up with Heinzman, but number 9 in white, black, and gold wins it for his team. Lozano, top of your screen, along the Minot State bench. Dekes around a man, that was Killian. Lozano centered the pass, but the only man there was wearing a red sweater. It was Dylan Gatos. Good back checking coming from Lombardi. Gatos gains the line anyway and saucers it down. 12:45 left in the third. Newman for Townsend. And now for Colton Crego. His pass just off the tape of Barros. Gets out to the neutral zone where Newman tries again and is successful. Bykowski out to play it. Surprisingly, we haven't said Bykowski's name too much in the past 7, 8, 10 minutes or so. Lindenwood not able to get a shot through to him, and here comes Shane Seshuk. Seshuk, left circle, shot out in front. That was off the skate of Metcalf and wide. Newman did a great job of tying up number 11. And it's back on the stick of number 2 in white. But Lindenwood just not getting anything as they cross that blue line. It's really shades of what Illinois did to Minot State last year in the semifinal.
Yeah, it really is, and you have to wonder, maybe Minot State learned from that.
And here's Kayla walking and shooting, and that one's through the legs, and Bykowski looked behind him, but the puck stayed in the blue paint. Oh, I thought for sure that puck had squirted underneath the legs. It had not. Bykowski stands tall, 8:07 into the third.
You thought it was in. I thought it was in. The benches thought it was in. Even Bykowski thought it was in, and somehow that puck just didn't keep going after it went through the wickets.
Face off at the right circle. Klimowski won it. Almost a good play upcoming from Ryan Finnegan to poke the puck through, but Bykowski smothers that. 11:51 left in the third. Shot 17-15 for Linenwood. A matchup again at the dot between Klimowski and Locke. Bolifer to the near side. Robertson is hit hard by Klimowski, and a shot from Murphy blocked again. To the left point, Runyon rattles one below the goal line, Klimowski. And now for Kalow. Lipinski all over him despite being the shorter and lighter of the two players.
Gotta love the passion and the effort of Lipinski. He wants this, and he wants it bad. He knows that this might be his last shot at a championship, and he wants to win it this year.
Curled out in front, an attempt. I believe that was from Swedlow, and now Ryan Finnegan using his wheels, right wing side, deking through some skates, but a good cancel out from Cody Longy, allowing that puck to just skitter its way to his goaltender. Bykowski covers, 11:10 left in the third.
If this score line remains where it is right now, the story of the game absolutely has to be the defense of Minot State. They have swarmed the Lindenwood Lions and given them nothing to shoot for.
Heinzman on the draw against the captain for Minot State, Blake Fournier, who scored the goal. Yes, the goal, the only one. It's 1-0, Lozano. And that pass was tipped away. It could be a breakaway chance for Adam Wowrick, but a nice recovery there. But again, it's in the high slot on the backhand. Left pad saved by CDOT off the stick of Drew Carter. And a spin around drive by Fournier. Missed the mark. We were just about to talk about a shot out in front, just wide by Carter, and a baggage right through the crease. Still loose, the puck comes off its net, and Newman, I believe, slid across that crease and hit the net off its moorings. But wow, helter-skelter in the zone for Lindenwood as we watch that one more time. Carter with not one but two chances in that shift, and Newman with desperation playing the role of goaltender.
Minot State might have scored that first goal, but since then, they can't buy one. It has been shot after shot and incredible chances over and over and over again, and they just cannot get one past CDOT.
10:44 left in the third period. Gatos tied up by Heinzman, who's been great on the dot in this period. But Townsend is rushed by a pair of Beavers. That's Gatos and Sheshuk. But it's Heinzman who comes away with it and goes with the alley-oop to the neutral ice. Here's Killian using the high glass, comes out to center. And a 2-on-2 rush led by Swedlow. Right circle fires one gloved by CDOT. 10:23 left in the third period. And we're going to get a media timeout. Don't go anywhere. Minot State, a half a period away from heading to the national championship game. You are watching the 2019 ACHA National Championships presented by the ACHA Network.
The 2019 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Budget Car Rental, the preferred rental agency of the ACHA. Hogan Transportation, official tournament partners of the 2019 ACHA National Championships. Edge Protect, protecting goalie skate blades since 2004 and official sponsor of the 2019 ACHA National Championships.
And we're back in the Comerica Center in Frisco, Texas, the 2019 ACHA National Championships presented by the ACHA Network. Lindenwood, puck on their sticks right now. Ursulak with the shot, blocked by O'Connor, and it's recovered by Davis Sheldon. Lindenwood Lions, the #1 team in the country, finding themselves in a 1-0 hole against the #6 ranked Minot State Beavers, who have played an amazing all-around game, and it starts from the back end forward. Nurminen eases the puck to the near side. It's Green. Green through the skates of Ursulak. Bottom of your screen, it goes to the middle now for Ernst. And that one comes to the far side half boards, but dumped in onto the stick of O'Connor to Lipinski. So we're seeing a bit of a change here as O'Connor spending that shift, but he will go right off, and he'll be replaced by Eric Bolifer, the usual right defenseman. When Lipinski's on the ice, maybe a little bit of double shifting for Lipinski as this game grows closer. Quinn, or what would you do?
Yeah, they might be double shifting Lipinski, and I can't blame him if they do. He's played with so much passion throughout these playoffs. He's been having a great tournament, and if anyone's earned double shifting, it's him.
Maybe even triple shifting, who knows? Iowa State did a similar thing with Tony Uglum in the later stage of that Iowa State Adrian game as Wowrick will clear the puck in. CDOT using his forehand for Finnegan, and a touch play from Lozano and Finnegan, and again to Mike Lozano through the zone. But sticked away by number 97, Drew Carter. And back for Townsend, who's labeled there, goes down to his knees, delayed offside as Minot State clears the puck in. It was Wowrick lending him a check. 8:38 left in the third period. Cristiano Simonetta with you right now. Quinn Kuski alongside. Justin DeVillis down at ice level. It's been a fantastic atmosphere in Frisco, Texas in the semifinal. Winner playing Iowa State tomorrow. And either of these teams are going to give the Cyclones the fight they deserve. Townsend for Klomovsky, and Townsend again. Has Newman streaking up the ice. The defenseman, left circle. Oh, just had it poked off his stick. Some pressure there from Reese Foreman. And now it's a race for it. Sheshuk showing off his great speed. Lozano, the forward back. Sheshuk moving in. He'll draw a penalty coming up, and a great rush to the ice. As Sheshuk, the leading scorer for Minot State, showing off exactly why he was able to score 20 goals in the regular season as well as adding one in the national tournament.
Yeah, if you're Shane Sheshuk in that situation, you're coming flying down the wing, and you look up, and lo and behold, you see Lozano in front of you. That's a forward. You know he's not going to be nearly as comfortable trying to back skate and keep up with you, so he accelerates by. Lozano panics, takes a penalty, and if you're Minot State, this is an awesome situation.
Yeah, Lozano just hacks him on the right hand there, and the officials got to call that a two-hander. Minot State to yet another power play, and kept in there by Bolifer. Now for Gatos, below the goal line, it's going to be a chance for Austin Wilk to skate around his own cage and flip it out, which he will on cue. Bykowski with the paddle of his stick, guiding the puck behind the goal for Bolifer. Pressured a bit by Lombardi, but Gato streaking up the ice right circle. Nice move around Oppo Nurminen, and Nurminen's going to shove him into the end boards, but the puck is gloved down by Lipinski at the left half board. 7:30 left in the third period. Minot State 1, Lindenwood nothing. Green on his side of center, it doesn't matter. They're on the PK as Bolifer races back. 1:17 on the power play. The penalty, 2 minutes for slashing on Mike Lozano, the fifth-year grad student for Lindenwood. And now right circle, a long drive, gloved by CDOT. We get a whistle. 12 minutes 52 in the third.
If you're Lindenwood right now and you can kill this penalty off, that's only going to leave you with 6 minutes left to draw even in this game, which you would think with a high-power offense like the Lions, that wouldn't be that tough. But apparently in this game, it's going to be easier said than done as they're still blanked with 13 minutes gone in period number 3.
Sheldon and Lombardi on the faceoff. Sheldon won it, but it's recovered by the Lions, and skyhook back into the Beavers zone, taking a tumble there. And now here's Lombardi, winds, fires, shoulders saved by Bykowski. He had no idea where it was. Luckily, O'Connor did and was able to rescue it from his goaltender. The chance for Lombardi at the left circle, a short-handed rush, but a stop from number 39. Justin Metcalf, bottom of your screen, along the near side half boards. Now for Bolifer, or rather Kyle Lipinski. Runyon on him, as well as Murphy. But Metcalf has it. Fakes on his backhand, goes to the forehand. Longy and Metcalf exchange. And now it's Navrat. Navrat drops it for Sheldon. High circle, shooting one through traffic. Rebound try, almost a gaping wide open 6x4 for Navrat, but couldn't find the trigger. Here's Longy. Touch pass out in front. Lipinski faked the drive, and he even faked out his own teammate Sheldon with 10 seconds left in the power play for Minot. Longy, slap shot through traffic, knocked down by both Klomowski and Murphy, who will just eat the rest of this time. And we're back to 5-on-5. Huge kill once again for Lindenwood. That's 3 penalties now they've killed off in this third period.
Yeah, they keep killing off penalties, which is good because they're not going down by any more, but you're definitely not scoring while you're killing these penalties either.
Oh, look out, a flip out there, almost a suicide pass as Green was about to get leveled by O'Connor. The problem was, or maybe the fortunate part for Green, is that the puck didn't get to him. But number 10's got it again. Takes a hit from Bolifer. Keeps going, though. It's played out to the left corner, and a nice active pinch, but this is a hand pass delayed as Newman batted it down with his palm. No matter, the play still goes after Minot touched it. Townsend back to Lozano at his own blue line. Over the center ice logo, saucer pass for Townsend, right wing line. And cleared away now by number 97, Carter, to the far side where it's Killian, who fanned on it. Maybe some blood in the water for Linenwood, but I believe Wilk wasn't able to handle it. And cleared down the ice, no icing though, as Newman will recover at the left circle in the Lions zone. 5:03 left in the third.
At Lindenwood, you can see them trying to push for this goal, but Minot State still swarming them all over the place. If you're Lindenwood, you've got to try a different approach. They keep doing the same thing over and over again, and it's not working.
Brett Locke enters the zone, sends one out in front. He'll get a second whack at it. It's behind the cage. And that passes number 97, Carter, to the near side, Fournier. The captain of this team, the only goal of the game, 9:52 into regulation, has the Beavers up 1-0 over the Lindenwood Lions. Here is Newman, lumbering up ahead along the Minot bench, flips it into Bykowski, who plays it, an active play and a smart one from him as Lindenwood was changing. They had no forecheck. Pass off the stick of Metcalf. It's fired back into the neutral zone. We're under 4:30 to go in the third period. And a big hit there on Navrat, who's slow to his skates as Nurminen cleaned his clock. And Nurminen couldn't get the puck. Crego could and flips it around Navrat and past the left defenseman in O'Connor and into the Beavers zone where Bolifer goes for a 2-line pass. Austin Wilk with it now, under 4 minutes ago. For Oppo Nurminen. And his clear, just a little example there, Quinn. It wasn't a big play. Shane Seshik getting his stick in the lane, and now here he comes around Nurminen, who lost his stick in the process but keeps defending. It's back now to the far side half board where it's number 5, Blair Barros, the freshman forward out of Denville, New Jersey, plays it up for number 12, Lombardi, who goes down, and they're going to call a penalty, and Minot State is going to protest that number 12 lost his edges, and O'Connor gives him an extra shove. 3:24 left in the third period. And Minot State to the box, Lindenwood to the man advantage.
And here it is, the storyline we came in with, power play versus PK, and now it's going to decide, are we going to have a 1-0 final score in favor of the Beavers, or is that awesome power play of the Lions going to take effect? It's an iffy call, Cristiano, but I think if you're the referee, from where you're standing, you see a player hanging on someone like a monkey on his back, you've got to call that.
Especially in this late stage of the game. Finnegan to the high slot, goes through Mitchell as well as Lipinski, and now for Heinzen back at the goal where Bolifer establishes that hectic poke-checking ability that he's implored this entire game. Finnegan, good pass on the seam, now for Lozano. And Townsend left hash mark. Lozano has Finnegan right circle, hits him. Royal Road pass. Lozano once again, Finnegan, quick puck moving from Lindenwood. Floated out in front. The shot was blocked away by a sprawling Fournier. As Townsend had a look at the left side of the net, the captain does it once more. Lozano for Townsend, faking the drive. Lozano, one-timer, top of the point, deflected. Oh, what a great save there by Bykowski. The puck is still loose, and now finally whistled down. Zach Mitchell in that low slot getting his twig on it, but Bykowski finds a way once again. 21 saves on 21 shots.
Bykowski has been awesome in this game. He has been dominant. He's stopped everything that's gotten to him, and luckily not a lot's gotten to him.
Justin Novellis is down at ice level.
Well, guys, you talked about this being the storyline of Minot's penalty kill. You got guys down here on the bench for the Beavers actually saying, listen, we trust our PK. Multiple guys down here just screaming it into each other's faces. We believe in our PK.
Townsend a shot just wide of the glove. Heinzman, left point for Lozano, and Townsend again. Lozano with 2:20 to go in the game. Heinzman circles back with 54 seconds left in the power play. Townsend again, shooting one, but the stick of Sheshuk, active as ever. Below the goal line. It's played now for Heinzman. Lozano walking the blue line, sends it for Heinzman. Now Lozano winds, he fires block down the low slot. Sheshuk as well as Retlock do the job and clear it 200 feet, 155 left in the third.
CDOT spent about the last 20 seconds glancing over to the bench. He's definitely going to be pulled fairly soon here, which means that if you're the Lions, you got a man advantage for the rest of this game.
Kayla was bumped, puck kept in by Lozano on the wrap.
CDOT drifting to the hash marks.
Green to Townsend, now for Kayla, 10 seconds on the power play. Alex Kayla on the backhand. Goes forehand, goal line play. Klimovsky back for Townsend. He winds, he fires, blocked out in front again. It never got to Bykowski. Bolifer, as big as a house in front. We're back to 5-on-5 as O'Connor exits with 1:20 left in the third period.
I thought they were about to hit O'Connor with that alley-oop pass fresh out of the box. If that pass connects and O'Connor winds up on a breakaway, that could have been the play of the tournament.
Sheldon fires over the glove of CDOT, and that could have iced it for Minot State. Metcalf wraps it in below. Now it's Nick Green. We've reached 60 seconds left in the hockey game. CDOT drifting up. He's heading towards the bench, but has to come back as Nerman gains the red line. Moves into the zone. 6-on-5 attack. Now for Lindenwood. Klimovsky. But Sheldon has the puck. No pressure from Lindenwood. Mitchell's able to keep it in. Nerman behind the cage has Klimovsky. Tight angle shot. Right shoulder save there by Bykowski with 35 to go in the third period. Nerman, far side hash marks, has Townsend. Will he wind it up? No, over to Heinzman, near side circle. Townsend, ready, loads, fires, blocked down in front by Metcalf. And they're gonna get it along the red line. Metcalf at the empty net, blocked by Townsend with 18 seconds to go. One last rush for Lindenwood. The #1 seed needs one goal to tie the game. Will they get it? Finnegan stopped at the red line and dumped. And cleared back down with 8 seconds to go. It's Townsend, stretch pass up to the blue line. It's tipped down the ice, and down goes the #1 seed. The redemption tour for the Minot State Beavers rolls on. Next stop, Iowa State Cyclones in the national championship game tomorrow night.
Tomorrow in Minot, North Dakota, the story, the thing that will be on your headlines, oh captain, my captain, and no, that's not a movie starring Robin Williams. It's talking about Fournier. The only goal of the game came about halfway through the first period, and he had a fantastic game all over the ice. It wasn't just that goal. Blocked a one-timer on a cross-ice pass. Had Bykowski completely beat. Fournier bails him out. And there was nothing Bykowski could have done, but his captain was there, and his captain was there for the entire game, all over the ice, did everything that was needed of him.
Lindenwood had lost one game in the entire regular season. A spectacular campaign from the Lions, but it comes up short once again in the semifinal round. Last year, the Bulldogs beat them. Now, the Minot State Beavers heading to the dance against the Cyclones tomorrow night.
And for the second year in a row for the Lindenwood Lions, they run into a fantastic netminder. Last year, it was Rodebush, who was just unbelievable throughout the entire tournament. This time, it's Joshua Bykowski, who shuts the door. 1-0 donut on the scoreboard for the Lions, and they're going home.
Not only shutting the door, slamming it, locking it up, hammering some nails in it as well as Linenwood falls to the number 6 Minot State Beavers. And what a game it was, Quinn. If you're going to talk about the 3 stars of the night, run through them with me quickly.
Number 1 star, you have to go Bykowski. He had a 23-save shutout. Number 2 star, you got to go with your lone goal scorer and the captain, Fournier. And number 3 star, maybe just out of pity, you have to go You have to go with Swedlow. So many opportunities, just quite didn't get one, but definitely had an impact on the game.
Joel Swedlow had a couple of chances, including the primary assist on what would have been that disallowed goal, or was the disallowed goal, coming from Dylan Gatos. And man, that was a showing from Minot State on the defensive side, on the offensive side. Even if they didn't get the results they wanted, it was still the showing that is going to help them get to the national championship game and possibly capture their first title since 2013.
Right as you were mentioning the disallowed goal, Swedlow was right down here talking with our referees Kevin Corbett and Ian McCambridge, and I can almost guarantee you he was chatting with them about that disallowed goal, trying to figure out why.
And let's send it down to ice level. Justin Navilis is downstairs at center ice with the captain of the Minot State Beavers. It's Blake Fournier.
Guys, we have the captain here, one of your stars of the game, Blake Fournier. You scored the lone goal in the game. First of all, congratulations. You guys knocked off the defending champions. Now you knocked off the number 1 seed. What does it feel like?
It's unreal. We battled hard. The boys are coming together at the right time. And we're not done yet. We still got tomorrow. You know, enjoy it for a few minutes here, but we got to start preparing for Iowa. They're a good team, so we keep doing what we're doing. We'll be all right.
The penalty kill's been outstanding this entire tournament. It was one of the storylines coming into tonight's game, and then right there in like the last 3 minutes, you guys had to hold it together to keep that lead.
N-U-R-M-I-N-E-N?
I mean,
is that how you spell it? That was Lindenwood.
One of the best power plays, if not the best one in the nation all year. And we just came together. We pressured hard, and you know, you can't teach guys blocking shots at the end. I mean, our boys are just buying in, and that's a gutsy finish there.
What do you guys got to clean up to take home the title, beat Iowa State?
I think we just got to keep doing what we're doing. I think we got to, I guess the one thing is, you know, the games have kind of been up and down a little bit. We had 5 good minutes, 5 not so good minutes, so it's going to be a full 60 to get the job done, and really proud of the boys so far, but we know we're not done, and we came here to finish a job in Dallas, and we're going to get it done tomorrow.
Blake, once again, congratulations, guys. Iowa State against Minot State in your championship game tomorrow. Back to you.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Blake Fournier. He talked about the shot blocks, the penalty kill coming through for the Beavers, but Blake Fournier, a little humble there. He had that block at the end of the 3rd period on Townsend's shot that could have saved the game for Minot State.
Yeah, Blake Fournier, you know, you want to talk about the things that show up on the stat sheet, your goals, but sometimes it's the things that don't show up on the stat sheets, like the shot blocking, like the defensive play, and Blake Fournier, arguably the best 2-way forward on this Beavers team and maybe left in this tournament.
For Justin Novellis, Quinn Kuski, I'm Cristiano Simonetta. You just watched the Minot State Beavers beat the Lindenwood Lions. They're heading to the national championship game tomorrow night against the Iowa State Cyclones. That'll do it for us. We'll send it to the postgame show with Thomas Biondo and Todd Corder.
A 1-0 victory for the Minot State Beavers. I'm Thomas. That's Todd. Let's wrap this one up for you here. Put a pretty little bow on it for you too. Really, to me, the name of that game, or the name of that third period anyway, Minot State outshot Lindenwood 11-9, even though they were the team in the lead. So you get a lot of teams that often will play not to lose. Minot played to win instead of playing not to lose, and as a result, they're playing tomorrow.
Minot State's best period was the third period today when it counted. The penalty kill was perfect today. Yep. They've been perfect for the tournament. The defense was tremendous. Yep. Everything was tremendous for Minot State on the defensive side. You know, Bykowski filling in for Braden Efforts. Outstanding in that today. Made several great saves, but the defense really kept them out of trouble, like you said. Held them. We said if they held them in the 20s in the shots on goal department and limited their chances, they'd have a great chance of winning this hockey game, and they've done it.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And again, on those last kind of few flurries there that Lindenwood had, not a lot of the shots got through because, again, ad nauseum, we've talked about it, and I'm sorry if you're eye rolling at home, but block shots because of the stellar defense that they put up in front of Bykowski.
Well, it's just effort. It's effort in a championship game. Championship hockey is different than regular season hockey. It's always different in the playoffs. You see it more and more. Guys sacrificing their body to keep the puck out of the net.
Yeah, and again, I really give a lot of credit to the Beavers there for in just that third period. I was so impressed by them because they were on the attack. Now, granted, there was a couple of mistakes made by Lindenwood. They committed back-to-back penalties, so there was a 5-on-3, so that gave them an opportunity, and then they had a penalty in the middle of the period with Lozano going off for slashing. But they didn't sit back on their power play. They generated some momentum, even up a goal, third period, could have sat back, could have been just passed around the perimeter. They created some really great offense.
I thought the Minot State power play was much better in the third period, even though they didn't score a goal. You've seen a lot of progress. You've seen a lot better puck movement. And you saw the one-timers, and you know they played much better. And you don't want to take anything from Lindenwood either. They lost one hockey game all season coming into tonight. I mean, what a tremendous season they had. Don't want to take anything away from them. They played a really good hockey game today. Minot State just played a little bit better.
Yeah, the big one, the one that played a little bit better was Blake Fournier, because he was the one at 9:50 to period number 1 that got the goal.
That was the difference in the game, and you know, we'd said it from the beginning. Minot State would have to win 2-1 or 1-0 or 3-2 to win this game, because if they got in a shootout with Lindenwood with their offensive capacity, they were going to lose the hockey game.
But they did not. They won the hockey game, and they will play Iowa State tomorrow. Please be sure to join us here on the ACHA Network. Thank you so much for joining us today for these 2 national semifinals. We will be with you tomorrow for the national championship as Iowa State and Minot State will go after it. Thank you so much. That's Todd. I'm Thomas. We're signing off for tonight, folks.
I wish we would have talked a little bit about tomorrow. I wish we would have been able to talk a little bit about tomorrow if we would have had another minute. We sure